Hello. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Oh, I don't like when you don't say hello, Danielita. That's
Hello,
weird.
Danielira.
Yeah, who are you? Who am I streaming with?
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who is
hello,
this?
Danielira. No, I was concentrated trying to keep my head position today, which I'm not gonna do.
Oh, but
So
you're not doing it right now,
yeah,
so
yeah. So that is
don't
gonna
worry
be
about that.
a given. So um and Uh, thinking about what I wanted to draw, I want to draw Fer because today is Fer's birthday.
Yes.
We already celebrated her birthday yesterday,
Yes.
so you guys don't have to worry that we are missing her birthday
Oh,
today
not at all, no.
because of the video or something. No, no, no. We already got her what she wanted like a week ago. We celebrated with her cousins and my mother, my sisters
Yeah.
yesterday. So she's super happy.
Yes.
She's super happy. But she was born today, 11 years ago, and
Yeah.
how can I not paint her this week?
Yeah.
So I'm saying this week because I've had a sort of new beginning. I feel with doing these like 3-session, 4-session paintings.
Okay.
They're not efficient because we do better if we try to paint something and then try to sell something. Paint something, try to sell something. That gives us a better chance at selling stuff. And we're being super open with people here, so there's nothing weird about what we do. We try to make paintings to sell paintings so that we can keep making paintings and videos. That's really all it is that we do.
Because again, it's our income.
Yeah. So when we do one, we have to price it a little bit higher, and that narrows the field quite dramatically. And yeah, so if you don't sell that one, then the week is like gone. So it's a bit of a risk, but it's okay because I really am enjoying what we've been able to do. A lot of people have also been really liking. We've gotten a lot of comments of people that really like these multiple session paintings. So I'm very happy with that, and I think we can continue to do these. We'll see until we stubbornly make a lot of these and start not to sell any of those.
Or when you want to change, because I think that's also how we've approached our channel. But I think it's also a healthy way to approach our channel, because again, this is our work, but we are the ones who control the content in our channel.
Masters of our universe.
Yes. So I think it's good
He-Man.
to remember that you're the one who decides what format you want to use or how many sessions, or because again, of course, we need to sell them so we can pay rent. You can pay someone for school. We can pay all our bills. But I think it's good to know, I need to sell them. But I know that you're not going to be okay if you have to, like if you had to paint something that you really don't want.
No, this never happened.
That's, no, exactly. Because that's the whole reason why we did the channel. So we can know that we are sharing what we want to share.
Yes. So wasn't sure what I was going to do. I thought of doing a smaller Fer. She has her hair dropped down, and she had like a really cool sweater with like super long and wide sleeves.
Yeah.
That I really liked. But I think this would have been the same size as the one I did of you with your bucket hat. And then we went with my niece Cristina and did a larger portrait. And I think this is a significantly larger portrait. So it's okay, I feel, to like inch towards something bigger and to see how we do. I'm scared of it being a little, this is not too big, but
Bigger than usual.
it's big enough. It's bigger than I would want to be able than I would want to be able to paint when I'm have to hold my position for such a long time. Because I know that things are going to bug me, particularly things in my drawing are going to bug me. But I thought it was really cool last week that there were a ton of things that were bugging me with the drawing, and I fixed them. I mean, I fixed them at the best of my ability. I tried to make them as good as I could make them, or as close to what I wanted to do as I could. But I like that. I like that people also see that, in a process that seems to be sort of like fail proof. It's not. It never is. Or I'm not good enough to make it like completely like a fail-safe system and not make mistakes. Even if you're like doing it super slowly, like I'm gonna make mistakes and I'm gonna, struggle with things that are always gonna be tough for me. So that's just the way it is. That's just how it's gonna happen. So I'm okay with that. I'm even right now that I was like lightly scribbling just to see where my image is, where my pose is going to be, the proportions are going to be. I already feel like I don't have it. Like I don't got it. Like it's going to escape me for the longest time, this portrait, because it's a tip head, which makes it a little bit difficult. She's tilted her head backwards so we can see the underplane of her nose, which is amazing. Fed has like a super, like a nice wide and kind of angular, not angular nose like your nose, Danny. Yours is like super pointy. She has like a wide nose, but it's very kind of structured. It's very, very almost like stare-like. You can kind of see a lot of like little structures there in the nose.
And I would say that it's also like that, but I mean, the way I see it, it's like a little circle. Because in Fer you can like feel the circle.
Yeah.
Like a little tiny circle.
Yeah,
like
she's
it's
getting...
not like with shapes, like straight shapes.
Right. Well,
but like a soft straight.
Soft
stare.
straight. Yeah.
Soft stare. I'm sorry. That's
No.
what I was gonna say.
No. But I understand what you're saying, because it is like a little, like a wide little button nose. It's not like
a little button.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, that tiny little nose. No.
Oh, but I think it's like a tiny. I mean, I see it like a little.
I don't know. I see. I don't know. It's kind of weird how people, how, I'm sure that I see my kids in a completely different way than any other person in this universe sees my kids. So, I guess I'm gonna try to fight to see if I can find like some sort of middle ground between what I'm seeing right now, which is like my daughter getting older like every second, and not only getting older every second, which that's the case for everyone who's alive, but she changes every week. I feel like
she grows every week.
Yeah, I saw her when they got here on Saturday, and I saw her and I thought, your face is different. Like it's so weird. Like she has like more cheeks now, and it's like, I don't know. They shift so quickly. It's very, very eerie. It's super, super strange. I mean, they're obviously, you're always going to recognize them, but there's always like these like very, very slow shifting going on. So it's pretty amazing. It's really, really amazing. So I think part of my trouble trying to get a grasp on this is, yes, going to be the drawing, which, it's always going to give me trouble. But also the fact that I think like a more stable idea of her is escaping me at the moment. I think she is just, water through my fingers right now. It's really, really hard to say, wow, stay still, because I'm noticing that she's changing constantly. So I think some of that maybe is permeating my shortcomings as a draftsperson. But so we'll see. We'll have to fight, you know, those couple of things while we're trying to make this painting this week.
So I wanted to ask you.
Yes, please.
Is the height of the paper like the best place where you can see clearly what you're drawing right now? Because
Can I show you something?
yes.
So this for everyone. This is how, if you guys weren't here, if there was no camera on, this is how I would draw this drawing.
But I could put the camera to the side.
Look. Hello. Look at me. Woo.
But if I put it to the side.
No, it's okay. No.
But I wanted to ask you, like, is this the height?
Well, that's the highest we have on our drawing table.
No, that benefits you, because I think that
Well, if it's higher,
we could try.
it's actually...
No, like lower, because I was thinking that we can move the paper while you're drawing.
Oh, no.
Just
Higher?
No, lower.
Oh, no, it's okay. No,
Okay.
No, we're fine.
No, I
we're
was
fine.
just thinking like something that could make you feel
Oh,
more
no, thank you.
comfortable.
No. Danny, comfortable has never been the key word in our painted lives.
But
So,
I think it can be now. I mean, we
No.
could try to not only find something that fits the stream, but that fits you. Because at the end,
no.
I mean, you're the one that's painting.
No, but I've always liked it. I mean, well, there has been tons of paintings that when I stand up, because, you know, the paintings that I usually do, you know, you guys see them like this.
Yeah, you can see there the shape.
So you guys see like a really big head and then these little fingers like down here. You guys are always seeing like super wide proportions up here. So I'm actually drawing the opposite. So what I see, it's this, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm drawing, I'm doing this, and I do the little head here, and I don't know. Fed is like praying for all of us.
Or in her phone. Looks like she's on her phone.
Oh yeah, she has 2 phones. She's double phoning. So what I see when I see this is totally fine. And then when I stand up and I see my drawing, I see this.
Yeah. No, and I totally get it, because that happens
See,
to me when I'm in a table.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the table is completely straight, because yours is in an angle, but that helps to the camera, but not you, because you're not in the same angle. I mean, as you were saying, if you were to adjust yourself to the same angle of your table, you would be just like all your head in the shot.
Yes.
But when you're drawing in a table, in a normal table, like a flat table,
Right.
sometimes you see it from where you are, and if you don't move or you don't like try to see it differently, it's like, oh, perfect, and then you see it. Like, then you lift the paper and it's like, oh, what's this?
Yeah.
It's like, an optical trick. So
yeah, many times people didn't see it, but like if this was the head here, after we had finished the video, I would crop all of this. Like I would be like, oh my God, that's horrendous, and I would have to crop it so to make it look a little bit better. And sometimes I would just go like, okay, that's how it looks, I guess. You know, this is how this session went, and that's the distortion I'm getting from the angle that I'm working on. Yeah, but it's I think I already grew accustomed to it, or just, you know, I'm okay with the frustration that goes with it, I feel.
okay.
But because I think it's honestly it's just impossible to, if I could have like you know, Black Mirror and cameras on my eyes, and you guys could see, you know, I could transmit exactly what I'm looking at, that would be the perfect you know, stream.
Well, because you would see all the movement. I think that if there could be like an invisible camera like a see-through camera that you could put it like right
Oh,
there,
like
but
in
you
front
could
of me.
have, yeah, like it's
Okay.
invisible because it would
Yeah.
be stable, but
I
it could move.
I
'Cause
did a
also-
couple of images that way, working through the phone,
Oh yeah, I
past the
remember that.
phone.
No, but I'm trying to say something that you could like move, just like to cross that camera, so you could be comfortable in every position. Because if we were to put that camera like in the middle, like the painting, the camera, and you,
Yeah,
impossible for you to see.
impossible. Yeah.
So
I tried that with some lives, and I would put the phone,
yeah, I remember
and
that
I would be behind the phone,
on
and then
Instagram. Yeah,
kind of like peeking up
Yeah.
the phone, peeking over the phone
Yeah.
to try to paint.
hmm
And I was able to do a couple of paintings that way.
I remember.
But I was thinking like, oh my God, this is horrendous.
Yeah.
Like this, if this is the future of, I remember thinking at the time, if this is the future of like streaming my paintings this way, I don't want to do it. Like I know it looks better for the people, but I don't want to do it. I
Yeah.
just can't. I just can't deal with this too much.
I even remember when you did the stream of me with the yellow leather jacket,
Yeah.
because I was posing like from natural. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't a photo, but I was sitting there. And when I was sitting there, I was just thinking, you have to be so uncomfortable. Because I remember you were answering questions, but you were like trying to pick out of the phone and like trying to see up, trying to see down.
Yeah.
Super complicated.
Yeah,
super,
that's
super
it's
complicated.
just, I mean, it is what it is, but no, in these, I don't know. I guess it's one of those things that you go like, you know what, it's whatever. It's one of those things that you just have to get, you either have to fight and feel weird and awkward and complain about it, and hopefully I don't sound like I'm complaining too much about it, even though I do feel I'm complaining a little too much, so I'm
I
gonna
don't think
shut
you're-
up.
No, I think we're
Oh,
just
but I don't-
sharing how
Oh,
it is.
I know,
don't
but
think
you know that I don't, in like in terms of those things, I don't like to complain. Like, I think it's always going to be my own fault if I don't make a good painting. Like, it doesn't matter where you do it. It doesn't matter if this is slanted or not, if there's a lot of light, if there's little light, if the, you know, oh, these brushes were terrible, oh, these paints were horrible. There's so many, like, I could pick from so many excuses, potential excuses, just to say, hey, I had a hard time today. Or I could just say, no, it's my fault, and I did a bad painting, and you know, that afternoon I have to go to bed thinking like, okay, what happened today, and how can I make this better? And life has taught me that the way you make it better is you don't complain. Like, you just, you know, you just say, okay, that's how it's gonna feel. I can either fight, you know, this feeling and always feel like I have the right to complain, or I can just say it is what it is, and just, you know, that's just how I paint, and that's it. So no, I think it's good. I think we have to find a compromise. So the compromise is that you guys are going to see some of this
No,
today,
but no, I mean
which is okay.
we've been seeing it, but I have to say, I mean, maybe I'm biased, but I think it's cool to see your head. I mean, I love to see you, but I like to also see you there, like to understand that it's not like a hand drawing or a hand painting.
Well, you know, I think
But I
our
could
Painted
see
Lives has
you-
changed from people thinking that you didn't exist to now people thinking that,
That I'm
maybe
using
I'm
Photoshop
just
too.
like this hand,
Yeah.
you know, this little hand. What was that show that had like a little hand that would come up? Oh, it was a really weird like children's show, and it had like these hands. Oh, like
What?
a baby. It
What?
was like a Disney baby show that was of collages of babies. It was really freaky.
What?
Yeah, it's like a Disney, you know, kids show that Samu would see when he was little, or maybe Fed, I don't know. And it was made out of collages, and the dad would be like a pair of hands,
Okay.
and he would like play with the kids in the bathtub, or you know, I don't know. It was really freaky, but
Yeah.
I must have seen
I
1,000
tried to
episodes of
Google
those.
that, but no, of course I couldn't find anything.
No,
No.
like children's,
I
like
put
Disney kids show.
baby TV show Hands collage.
No, but Disney. It has to be. I'm
Oh, 'cause
almost sure it's a
Did
Disney
you say
show.
Disney? Because
Yeah.
I heard Baby TV.
Oh no. Oh, was it Baby
TV
TV?
show
Baby TV was freaky too.
hands collage. No,
No?
no, because I googled Disney TV show hands collage.
I think collage is like too exotic of a word
Well,
for
but
it.
Disney TV shows hands.
No, like babies, baby bathtub. Baby, I mean, they weren't always in the bathtub, which is kind of freaky, but I remember very much the kids being in the bathtub.
Well, this is what I got.
No, that's dinosaurs.
And a baby
It's baby
in
dinosaur.
a bathtub.
Yeah.
Tub. Oh my god. I can't do the T.
It's
in
tough. I
English.
can't do certain sounds either.
No, I think the most similar I got was with my first search,
Let me see.
which
Let me
was
see.
shows hands baby TV.
Okay, so
And this is what I got. So maybe you can recognize it.
No. It's like literally like a collage, like a digital collage, like a photo. Like the hands were like real hands. And the babies' faces were real faces, but they would change the mouth and they would change the eyes. It was really weird. But I must have seen all of them. So let's see, baby. Maybe there's parents in the
Yeah,
chat,
maybe someone knows. Let me
Yeah.
check.
which would make us connected
Belt
immediately.
said Obi,
I don't know. I
like
don't remember.
OOBI.
Oh,
Ubi? I don't know.
OBI. I don't remember.
TV show. Let's see.
The baby would just do
Oh,
noises.
no.
Oh no, that's a hand. Come on, dude. This is. Let me see. Was it Disney or was it Baby TV? Now you had me. Or it was Discovery Kids. It's terrible. This is terrible. But now I have it in my brain and I can't not think about it. Let me see. So,
No. This? No, this is super
no,
creepy.
that's freaky.
Mm. Oh yeah, Fernando Samaniego was also saying I found something called Ubi or Obi. No, but not that one.
No. Let me see. Okay, no. I'm getting like, no, I shouldn't be searching for this. I'm getting like pictures of families in bathtubs. That's not good. Because I put children TV show baby bathtub hands. I don't think that's good.
No.
No, that's not good. I
trust
I'll
you.
find it.
Yeah.
I'll find it. No, and it was terrible.
No, but I get what you're saying.
No,
I mean
actually,
that now
the dad's voice was like super nice. It's actually, and honestly, the dad was like a super cool character. The hands, the dude with the hands, very good character. He was always like, oh.
No, but I get it. I mean, there was a TV show called Vaca y Pollito. I don't know in English.
Yeah, cow and chicken. That's
Exactly.
That was very good.
Cow and chicken. Yeah, it was very
weird,
good.
but it was very good.
But I remember it was super cool that the mom and the dad were
Yeah.
just legs.
Yeah.
They were always legs. So you could see like the apron and a skirt and I don't know if I'm not misremembering, like a green pant
Yeah.
and shoes.
You know who the I have to say maybe it's probably before this, but the first cartoon that I remember that did that was Tom and Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because later on it was Muppet Babies that you would just see the nanny.
Mm-hmm.
But Tom and Jerry, the adults were always just a pair of legs. Always, you would never see people in Tom and Jerry.
So they were
ever.
not, but they were not characters. I mean, you could just see them because I think in Cow and Chicken, they were characters. Like
Well-
they would speak, they would interact, but you would never see them.
No, they would. Sometimes you would hear them. I mean, they weren't like recurring characters,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes you would hear them for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but That's interesting. But no, I get what you were trying to say with the example. Because
What were we talking about? How did
about
we?
how before it was like I didn't exist when
Yes.
we edited videos, because it was
Yes.
like everyone thought that I
Yeah,
was
Canadian girlfriend. Yes.
in your mind.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you're always in my mind. but-
yes, but I was only there. Like, I didn't have a corporeal body.
Oof,
I
that
don't know how to
is
say
getting
that,
a
but
little freaky.
a physical body.
Okay, didn't make
But
it better.
now, people think that. I mean, someone even commented that it was like Photoshop.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how complicated it would be and how great my skills on Photoshop would be if I were to do a hand and the motion of a hand
Yeah.
doing a drawing. Like, it would be easier to just do a drawing.
I think it would be okay. In Photoshop, it would be fine. Editing a video would be difficult.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, that would be a lot of work.
Yeah. So.
Should we say hi?
Wow, I like that you're using the erasers.
Yeah.
Happy to
Yeah,
see
I'm going to
that
be
you're using
frustrated
them.
today, so
So,
it's a racing day.
Serene CK.
Off to the erasing.
Serene CK was saying, yeah, it's cool to see your cool hat. I think it's cool to feel your presence.
Okay.
I mean, we can
My
feel it with
corporeal, what did you
your
call it?
corporeal body.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we can see it with your hand. But with your head, we can see, like, I don't know if that's just me, but I can kind of feel like the movement of your head, and that makes me think of what you're thinking
Ooh,
while you're painting.
this is going to be, I'm lost. My head movement is going to be, I'm lost, throughout the whole
But that's
session.
good, because it just lets me know that
You're lost.
you're making decisions. It's not just like a super certain hand
oh,
that is
no.
just like doing everything
No.
smoothly. It's like, no, there's a head struggling to get that hand moving.
Yeah.
Or
trying
like
to use
processing to get that hand moving.
I'm
So
trying to use my nose as an anchor point, which I
Mhm.
tend to always do, always.
Mhm.
Because the nose is like, I don't know, it's like smack in the middle and it has like tons
Yeah.
of structure.
well,
it
it
already
is a center
says-
point. So
Yeah, it already says a lot about how you're looking at the figure, at the
Mhm.
rest of the portrait. So
Mhm.
I always try to focus in on this just a little bit. We'll see how that goes.
Anselmo Dominguez was saying this became like a game theory with banter. Witty banter, I'm sorry. Klaus Voss was saying it's like the movie Enter the Void.
What is that? I've never seen it. I don't think I've seen it.
I think
Enter the
I
Void.
know. I mean, I know the title. I know it's very famous, but I've never seen.
Let me
I
see.
mean, there's
Have I
like,
seen it?
if you ask me about a movie,
Oh, I
there's
don't-
like 99% probability that I haven't seen it.
Oh, I've never
So.
seen that movie. No. Looks very trippy. Yeah.
2009.
No, I don't think I've seen it. Is it a good movie?
I think
Or
it's.
is it like a cult movie?
I don't know, but I've heard a lot about that movie. Even
Yeah?
in art school, I heard about that. Maybe
Oh, no.
people like quoting that movie for work or something, but.
Oh, I have to see it then.
So, IMDb. Let's see the score in IMDb. Which means nothing, but
Right.
it's a 7.2 of 79,000 scores or
Okay.
reviews.
Yeah.
So let's say hi.
Yes, please.
Let's see. And Klaus Voss about that movie was saying visually it's great.
Yeah.
Fernando Samaniego was saying a Gaspar Noé film shot in first person. We should see it because I know. I mean,
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing
I know
something.
that name. No. I know I've heard that name a lot, and that means a lot coming from me, that has no idea about any name of any movie.
So you've heard it referenced.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
No, we can look for it.
So Liad
Yeah, hey,
was saying
Liat.
hello. So Liad was first in chat. Hey Liad, how are you? María Clara Fuentes Tobar dice hola Dani y Nicolás.
La señora María
Hola
Clara.
María Clara. Qué bueno tener a María Clara otra vez por acá.
Sí.
¿Cómo está María Clara? ¿Qué anda haciendo en este preciso momento? Quiero saber. Pues sí se puede saber, ¿no?
Sí, no, pues
Entonces,
gracias.
¿cómo?
Sacándome un moco. Gracias.
Darian Gallardo dice
Mm.
hola a todos. Hola Darian, ¿qué tal?
Darian Gallardo.
Margo Delgado dice hola. Hola
Margo.
Margo, ¿qué tal está Margo? Sergi Arts dice hola. Hola Sergi.
Sergi.
Serene CK was saying hello.
Hello.
Hey Serene. Maria Caqueiro.
Mm.
Ferrero Rias. ¿Cómo
Mm.
es que decía? Cacaí. No.
What? You're asking me or?
No, estoy preguntando porque es que Cami decía cuando chiquita. Ay, ¿cómo era?
Pues pregúntale. ¿Cómo
¿Cómo era
decía?
que decías, Cacaíto? ¿Tu nombre? Bueno, y Cacaíto dice, ¿cómo van? Bien, Cacaíto, ¿y tú? Hoy por acá, te cuento, está haciendo un día más bonito, Cacaíto. Está como soleadito. ¿Quién sabe si dure? ¿Por allá cómo está? Art by Natalie Williamson was saying good evening to you both. Hi, chat. Hey, Natalie. Natalie, I want to know how was the show? Because remember Natalie shared with us
Yes.
a couple of days ago that she was in show.
Yeah.
So I want to know how it went. D'Alessandro Fernández dice hola. Hola, D'Alessandro. Creo que D'Alessandro es nuevo acá o nuevo en los comentarios. Entonces, muy chévere
Sí.
tener a D'Alessandro por acá. Buraki or Burak Y was saying hello. Hey Burak, how are you? Emilio Sorni dice hola a todos. Les juro que YouTube nunca me avisa de los live.
No,
y una
Emilio,
carita
ya.
llorando.
No, Emilio, ya.
Pero podemos hacer hoy la prueba porque no he visto mi celular.
Yo sí. Ahí salió.
¿Y te llegó?
Sí.
Ah, bueno, a mí
No, yo la desconfianza
mirar.
que tengo con Emilio, pues, es grande.
hace 32 minutos me llegó la notificación y estamos en live hace 32:34.
Sí, Emilio.
Entonces, a mí sí
O sea, la campanita,
No,
Emilio.
no es que ponga en duda a Emilio.
Yo
es que digo
100%.
que a mí esta vez sí me llegó.
No, yo sí lo pongo en duda. Cero confianza en Emilio.
Ibrahim Salah was saying, hey Danny, I sent you the painting on Discord. It's digital painting. Critic it as if it was traditional. Color, light, value, shape. Where you see weakness, how far am I from being a master artist?
Oof, Danny, that's
Well,
a tall
no,
order.
but that's not on me. I remember that Ibrahim wanted you to
No,
talk about
no.
that.
All I heard was Danny.
No, because they were. I mean, I'm the one that can search.
I don't know.
it.
All I heard was Danny.
No.
That's all you.
No,
Yeah, you have to go first.
of course not.
Yeah, of course.
And I don't know where.
In the Discord, he
of
said.
course, but it has like a lot of places.
Well, in share your work or...
No, I was there.
I wish I could just hit that drawing, like Holbein. Like, hit that drawing of the eye, and then everything else is just perfect. Like, the eye just speaks about, like, the little changes in drawings, like, shifts in the drawing of the eye just tell you everything you need to know about the, like, form.
I really don't see it.
So you can ask them to send it to you
Yeah.
on your
So,
Instagram. If they,
Ibrahim Salah, if you can, it's easier for me if you could share it here to my Instagram, maybe a DM, so we can see it with Nicolas, and Nicolas can give you the feedback.
first Danny.
No.
Yes, 100%.
No, Nicolas.
Yes, I'm not doing mine if you don't do yours.
Well, that's not.
I mean, do it for Ibrahim Salah.
No, Ibrahim was saying, it's in private chat on the left side. No, haha, I meant both of you. So,
So both, you could start.
Private chat?
Liad, help us out.
Yeah, Liad, help me. Because when I go there, I just see the chats? No, the title of the chats. Subcategory of chats. I don't know how to call them. Now I'm just checking like every single room. There's a tattoo room.
Yeah. So while you search for that,
I'm gonna answer more, or do you want to talk?
I could talk.
Go ahead.
So today, I got a message from one of the places that I order my figures from. No, it's actually not like a good thing.
No.
And what's that?
As in preocupación.
Oh, no. I mean, no.
Like in worry.
No, it's okay. No. Honestly, like, these little things make me happy, but it honestly, like if something happens and you can't get a figure or statue, it's like, it's okay. I went, 43 years without having a figure or a statue. I'm fine without having a figure or a statue. So no, but I was I got a message from them, and these are like this is like not the company, but this is a company that does the distributing in I think they're in Hong Kong. So I got the message, and they were like, "Hey, your figure is about to ship, so we'll send you like an invoice with your shipping charges soon." And that's like customary. Like you are supposed to pre-order something, and many times they don't really know the dimensions of the box or the weight, and they'll just tell you like, "Hey, shipping expenses will be later, but the figure is," this was about $150 maybe for the figure, something like that. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll pay for shipping like later. That's totally fine. And I got the shipping quotes today. So I usually do DHL from over there, from Hong Kong, and DHL like for a week for the figures is around $50 or something like that. It's around $50 or $60. Like it's not more than that. Like never more than that. I mean, $50 in shipping is already something expensive. We know that that's something expensive. Sadly, like the rates that we have here in Colombia are usually way higher than other countries in the world. I'm guessing that because we're a smaller country, or like smaller base of operations, maybe. So the costs are a little bit higher. I've always said it, like FedEx from US to Colombia is less expensive than from Colombia to the US.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is. But we're also not a company. They are a company. They probably have like huge discounts as a company. That's how it works. So, when they say $50 or $60, you're probably getting a rate that is like 40 or 50% discounted, or maybe more, depending on how much they ship. But these companies ship so many figures and toys and stuff all over the world that I'm guessing they're shipping like probably like thousands of dollars each day.
Yeah.
So they're getting really good rates. So for them, $50 and $60 is probably what we would pay, like maybe $150. So, that I understand.
Yes.
So I get the email today, and they tell me that the rate for the shipping that I always pay is going to be $685. And I was like, what? I was like, what? What is this? It's like a bigger figure.
No,
but it's not a.
No, because you've had bigger.
I have never.
Figures.
I have statues.
Yeah.
I have never, ever paid for shipping for a statue this much.
Wow.
I have paid for statues with free shipping this much. I have paid for statues free shipping in Sideshow for 650. 650
For the statue.
for a statue that's polystone.
Yeah.
Figures are plastic. Very nice plastic, but they're plastic.
And what's the reasoning
No.
behind that?
So here's the thing. So I went to a forum to like not a forum. Forum was like when I was young. I went to a Facebook group
Yeah.
where this dude, I'm not going to name names. Who cares? Who cares about any of this? But this dude that does like figure reviews, and he's got like a really big channel on YouTube, and he's like he's like well known, I guess. I'm saying super well known, but well known to the people that buy figures. But he has a business agreement, or he's sponsored by these two companies that, you know, these two websites or companies that you go to and you order the figures through there. And they get them sooner. So he's always like pushing.
Like reviewing it.
Yeah, he's
so
always like
people can
pushing.
get
He
it.
always
Yeah.
gets them from them. So he probably gets them for free. And he always tells people, you know, I got mine from this place, so you should order. Yeah, well, he's not telling you to order. He's always telling you can order from there. But so I've ordered from those companies, and honestly, I've never had an issue with ordering from those. Yeah, those two places, which are really one. They're honestly just one place. And I've never, ever, ever paid anything even remotely close to that shipping charge. Ever. So I went to the Facebook group that he has, and I was like, hey, dude, you should talk to your company, because you should talk to these companies, because I just got a quote, and this is like absurd. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
crazy
ludicrous.
expensive, yeah.
It's absolutely ludicrous. I've never, ever paid for anything even close to that. So my post, this morning, and I never do this, never. This morning, I experienced like internet wrath. Like, I experienced like how angry people are, like really angry. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, I could sense that this dude was just angry. So my post got taken down, and I was like kind of flagged by a moderator and said, no, you can't post that. And I was like, why can't I post that? Like, I was just saying, I just got this thing from this company. The price is ridiculous. I mean, they gave you other options. They gave me like a $65 option that would take 65 business days to get here, to get to the US.
Yeah. So it's gonna
65
come
business
here
days?
when
It's like 4 months.
yeah.
That is like 4 months. So I was like, what's the point, dude? I could swim over there and get the figure.
No, and I mean the real problem is that you've already got a ton of figures
Yes.
that have never had that shipping rate.
Exactly.
That's
That was
the
my point to
point.
him when I
It's
was
like,
when
hey,
I was
I'm
later on
sorry.
writing to him. I was like, dude, I'm pointing this out
Yeah.
because this is not normal.
Yeah.
Anyways, but the first thing was like, yeah, your post gets like taken down. And I was like, why is it taken down? So I thought it was cool because somebody else had gotten, you know, probably the figures are just coming out. So somebody else had gotten the same email as I did, and they posted it, and they were like, what the hell? They posted like their phone. And the dude was like, I'm not going to take this down. I'm going to leave it for a few hours for the drama so that you guys can complain. And but then I'm going to take it down. So I noticed immediately that this is how empowering it feels to be an administrator for a Facebook group. It probably feels like this is like my terrain. This is my land. Like none of this is happening in my land. But then I wrote to the dude because he was saying like, this guy provided no evidence. So then I wrote to the dude and I blurred my order numbers and my stuff. And I was like, dude, honestly, like I could show you my emails and stuff. Like I was like, this is not cool. Like these prices are super not cool.
Yeah.
And I sent it to him. And he responded. I mean, he was like, you effing privileged dude. Like, do you think this dude from this page, the the dude that did the group, the Facebook group, the dude that's like the YouTuber, he was like, do you think he owes you anything? He doesn't owe you S.
But you're not asking him to
I
pay
was
for
like,
the shipping. It's like, hey, I'm just letting you know.
No, come on. Like, first of all, if
Wow.
you are like, if that's your group, like that's your official group, and if you have like a business relationship with these two companies.
Wow.
It's totally fine if people say, hey, dude, this is not right.
Oh, because it's your credibility. You're
well,
recommending that
this is
to
not
people.
cool. And the reason you would go through somebody to get to someone, let's say I am an ambassador for these brushes.
Yeah. I
For
was going to
these
say
brushes.
potato chips. Yeah,
No,
whatever.
let's say brushes. Who cares? I'm not going to say a brand. But I'm the ambassador. I'm like right here. And I'm always telling guys, hey, I'm using Flubbergub brand brushes, which are great. They're
And buy
amazing.
them
That's what
from
I
this
use.
store.
They're so cheap. You can go to this website. I love them. They make these paintings possible. Buy Flubbergub. And that's the most Rick and Morty brush that I could ever make up. But anyways. And suddenly, somebody's trying to buy Flubbergub. And they go like, what the hell? Am I getting like $700 shipping charges? It's like, hell no. So they tag me, at me, in Facebook. I mean, Jesus Christ, come on. And they tell me, hey, Nicolas, like, those shipping prices are crazy, dude. I'm sorry, but, I know pandemic. I know, Jesus Christ, we send dozens of paintings every couple of weeks, for 3 years now.
And again, we're not a company.
Dozens and dozens. We've sent over like 600 paintings. We know shipping costs. It's okay. Before that, I probably sent, hundreds of paintings worldwide. It tubed, framed, in a box, everywhere. Like, I've shipped stuff all my life. This is not normal. $685 is so not normal.
No.
Like, so definitely not normal for a company to charge that. So, but the thing is, like, I wouldn't mind, because how could I mind if somebody said at Nicolas, hey, Flubbergub, dude, shipping costs suck. You better tell them that that's not cool, dude. And the reason they would go through me is because whenever you try to get to a big company, they never pay attention.
Yeah.
You go through customer service or something. They don't care. They really don't care. So you always think, well, I'm in a Facebook. This is what I thought. I'm in a Facebook group in which it's his Facebook group. He's always like promoting these places. So I'm just going to add him and say, hey, dude, this is not cool. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. Help us out. It's not
or like talk to them. It's like,
Yeah.
why is it so? Why, from all of a sudden, why did this shipping charges just out of this world? Like,
Yeah.
why did this happen? I even thought it was like an error, but then I looked at everything. I was like, no, this is not an error. And so the administrator was like, you privileged, like, he was like dropping the F-bomb like every single like message.
Wow.
He was like, he doesn't owe you S. Like, he was like, you think you are here trying to demand stuff, like, be a grown person, be a grown man, and just eat those shipping costs. Like, do you know what happened during a pandemic? And I was like, and I should have stopped talking. I should have stopped chatting at that moment, because I was like, this is not going anywhere. But I was like, no, I was like, dude, let's tone it down. I think we got off in the wrong foot. Like, I literally wrote those things. I was like, there's no ill will in anything I wrote. I'm just saying that price is just ridiculous. And I do think either people should be aware of that, or I think that he could talk to the companies and just be like, and he was like, oh, do you think he's responsible for the shipping costs now? Do you think that's his decision? And I was like, dude, like,
Wow.
calm down. Like, I was like, dude, calm down. Like, no, of course not. But he is like the person that could serve as like intermediary so that you can talk to the company, because that's not normal. Anyways, he started like, he was off. I was like, this morning I was like, I don't think I've experienced this, because I don't tweet, I don't post, like, I don't get into arguments, or at least I haven't done so in about 12 years. Like, internet arguments, I don't get into those anymore. Like it's ridiculous.
Engage in those.
No. Sometimes, like, if I have an opinion, I'll voice my opinion, but I try not to get it. To me, it's pointless. To me, arguments in like chat are pointless, are absolutely pointless. That's not the place to have an argument. But I was like, okay, this is so not right. Like, I hate this about the internet. So I was like, no, no, no. So I left the group. I was like, unfollow the group. I'm going to leave this group. And I wrote the dude, you know what, dude? It's all good. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
But
Like,
you know what's terrible? That it's not even him.
no.
'Cause-
Well,
I
yes,
mean-
it's him. Like, the choice to be that rude.
No, him, the YouTuber.
Oh, no.
I'm talking about him.
No,
I mean,
that-
it's
no, it
someone
had nothing to do.
answering for him.
No, but like feeling like they have to protect him, maybe. I think the dude was like being super, super overprotective. And I was like trying to be super cordial
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know how to fight. Like, I don't have the energy to fight anymore. So I was just trying to be like, hey, let's bring it down, dude,
Yeah.
because this is not how this conversation should be going. And the dude was like, take your fucking like fake concern and like now you're fake concerned about this. And I was like, no, what? Why? I was like, how is this fake concern? I was like
Wow.
literally concerned. I was like actually concerned. So yeah, no. I very seldom explore those like moments in the internet. And I had that moment today and I was like, oh, this is why it's not cool. Like, people sometimes are just not cool. They're too angry. They're too like ready, like guarded. Like, they're almost like they wake up and the first message I see, I'm gonna fucking blow up. I'm gonna blow. Like, they're waiting for it just to blow. And I was like, no, I don't want any of this energy. I was like, dude,
But you
thank
know,
you. Oh, so here's the cool thing.
okay.
So I was like, no, dude, have a good day. Which I understand how have a good day can be like, you know what? Have a good day. Like, it could be weird and sarcastic. People can take it the wrong way. But honestly, I'm like, you know what, dude? It's all good. Have a good day. Like, it's okay. Have a good day. I think I wrote him like, you know what, dude? No worries. Have a good day. Goodbye. And he was like, So he wrote this thing, like, again, telling me like tons of things. And he was like, now we can say goodbye. Now this conversation is over.
No.
And I was like, oh my God, no. I was like, I can't do this. I cannot do this. I can't have like a conversation about who gets the last word in Facebook. I was like, this is too
No.
much.
Yeah.
And I was like, this because they're charging this for a figure. So I just canceled all my pre-orders with them. And I was like, dude, this is crazy.
But
I told him like, you know what? This is nuts. If you guys didn't make a mistake and this is like real offering for shipping, I was like, no, you can have, I want my money back. Thank you. You can have your pre-orders back. Thank you very much. Goodbye. And I left the group because I was like, no, this is not fun. Like,
But you know something, I feel that it's important. Because, again, I was saying it's not him. It's someone answering in his behalf.
yeah,
And I think that when someone answers in your behalf, they can ruin your image. Because, I mean, it wasn't him answering to you, but that made you want to cancel the pre-orders
yes,
of the company he's working with.
yes.
That made you, I don't know if you unsubscribed of the channel, but I
Yes.
would have done that.
Oh, no. No, I think I like the dude.
No,
with his
but again,
reviews.
that's what I'm trying to say. I would find a way
No.
to let him know that
Oh, no.
someone that's working for him or helping him moderate the group is reacting in that
No,
way.
usually,
Because I don't think that.
can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Usually people, he doesn't care about that YouTube group, like that Facebook group.
But I think you're assuming that because I think
No,
that
he never posts there. Never. He very, very seldom posts there. Or he very, very rarely. He posts there just to be like, hey, I'm alive here, or this is my
I would,
group, or
'cause-
something.
No, and I get what you're saying, but I would try to
No,
contact
no.
him maybe on Instagram and say,
Oh,
hey,
no.
I think this is just because I don't think that's okay. Because again, it's someone else just being super enraged with something and just
Too-
ruining
Too
a
guarded.
ton of things.
Way too guarded. Like way too much anger. Like too much. Like too
Yeah.
early. It was way too early for this
But again,
amount of
it's
anger.
like if someone would act in my behalf, for example, for a channel, I know it's like a completely different comparison. If we talk about the crowd that sees that channel and our channel.
Oh yeah.
But again, just to try to see it with my own eyes. If there was something that someone said, try to say to me, and there's someone that helps me with answering back to people to get faster to people or whatever, to get more content, whatever. And if I know that someone is just like cursing someone else and just like being totally enraged with something that does not make sense, I would not be okay with that, and I would want to know that that person that's working to help me out is not really helping me out, but is being rude and like completely necessarily rude,
Yeah.
and it's just like super confrontational, because again, that's not the image I would like to give to people.
No, I totally get you, but I'm not going to do it. No, not really. It's not worth it. Honestly, it's not worth it. But you know what got me thinking? Because he was like saying, you know what, this dude, like, why are you tagging? Because he was like, why are you @ing him? Like, why are you tagging him?
Because you're trying to use
And
him
he was
as
like,
a
he
bridge.
doesn't owe you anything.
No.
And I was like, what is he talking
Yeah, but
about?
this is like a fan person just like being mad because they're touching his hero.
Yeah,
and I don't think that's something that...
But you know what I was thinking? That got me to thinking. You know, yes, they do. And you should never get to a point where you feel, I don't owe anything to anyone here. Because that's not cool either.
Mhm.
I mean, if our channel was nobody, then what's the point?
Mhm.
If my Instagram had no audience, then what is the point? Like, if you're talking to nobody, what's the point? If you're trying to do a painting to show it to nobody, then what's the point? If you're trying to do a painting to sell it to nobody, then what's the point?
Well, again, if you want to work with like building a community, because I
Right.
think that, I
That's-
mean, it's not like if you have 2 followers on Instagram, you can post and share whatever you want, but it's when you want
exactly.
that to be...
I mean, exactly. Yes.
Yeah,
His
no,
business,
I just wanted to clarify that.
His,
like,
his business is, you know, he probably got his
sponsor,
his sponsorship or his, you know, business relationship
because of the community
based
he built.
on the community he built
Yeah,
that made him have like a big YouTube channel.
yeah,
So yes, you do owe the people that,
yes,
you know, built that channel everything. I mean, sure, you know when people cross the line, but you should always treat people, especially people that are there for you because of you. It's like, dude, I don't know why people get this distorted. Like, if it wasn't for the people, you wouldn't be
there. Yeah,
You would be a dude speaking to nobody about figures.
but that's why also I think it's important that that person knows that that's happening, because I mean, if it was, for example, something with us, and I know we don't do sponsorships, but if we did, for example, and we were promoting brushes, as you said,
Flubbergup, yeah.
Flubbergup brushes, yeah.
Best brushes.
But if there's like the company we are promoting is like has a crazy increase in the shipping rate, or if the quality just lowered a ton, like if something happens and I am voicing out that I support that, and like if we accept a deal of a sponsor and we're saying, hey everyone, and we're talking to the people that we love and we appreciate because they've built our community up, and I'm telling them, hey, trust me, this is good. And if they go there and it's not good, I would want to know. It's like I want to know that that company is no longer something I should be recommending, because it's not something like good in terms of quality, in terms of pricing of the shipping, whatever. But I would want to know that I'm just like recommending something to people that it's not good.
Or I
Because
can't
that's my
understand
word. Again,
how-
it's my credibility. It's like I don't want people to think that I'm just recommending something that's trash. Because again, me, that's not what I would want. And I know that that's not what you would want.
No.
So I think it's terrible
You
for that person, because it's like because of this moderator, like enraged moderator, because I don't think you were the only person he got back to. I mean, if he wanted to fight, he could get back to every single person who comments something like about that matter. And I think it's complicated because it's making people that go there because of you as in the figure, like the YouTuber in charge of that page, not you, the moderator. Because it's like, no, I'm trying to get to that person because I think that I've heard that person talk and I know that he would be interested in knowing what I'm trying to share.
And
so I do
let's
think
give the very, very angry dude credit.
I'm sorry.
Moderators probably have like a horrible job. I mean, it's not even a job. They probably don't get paid. Or if they get paid, it's probably nothing. But they probably get discounts from like these companies too, or they get first chance at some of the figures, stuff like that. I'm guessing they get like preferential treatment in some of these things, and they are very happy to do that. It's almost like an intern job. It's like, I'm very happy to do this for you for just, some of that kind of inside trading.
Or because I want to help. Because
yes.
sometimes it's just like...
Yeah, so I know. Moderators, yes, you have to deal with a lot of crap. So, yes, fine. I get it. But it was too much. It was too much. I honestly thought this morning, I was like, no, this is not cool. This is not how I... Like, this is not why I like any of this. Any of this. So, yeah. So, I get it, dude. You're never going to watch this video. I get it. You were angry. I personally think you don't have to be that angry, especially when nothing there... I didn't think anything there was really particularly triggering.
Or trying to offend someone. Yeah. It's not like you were trying to start...
Never. Not a bad word.
No.
I swear to you on my dad.
No, and I know
my dad's life. He's up in the sky somewhere. Nothing that I posted or nothing that I chat with this dude, nothing. Not an ounce of being like offensive. And this dude was like swinging. This dude was out swinging. It was like, I was like, okay, we're doing this? Like, what the hell is going on? It was, it's not, it's just not fun. It's so not fun. Super, super not fun. But no. I mean, that's their job. That's the way they want to do things. Like, that's fine.
No, but again, it's totally not fine. Even, maybe it's not even a job.
Yeah. So well, he took it seriously.
But I think it got big repercussions. Because for me, if something triggered that someone just dislikes me or dislikes my content, and it's not because of something I did, but because of something I don't even know that is happening, I think that's like a terrible repercussion, because I don't want that to be something that's affecting the way people see and understand me.
Yeah, but I think they're willing to deal with that. So usually moderators have to deal with a lot of crap. I don't know how much crap you have to go through with a forum that's, people that collect toys. But I'm guessing like there's freaky people everywhere. But I don't know how, stressful it has to be when people just post stuff about, hey guys, I got this cool statue, just wanted to share. I really don't. But I'm guessing like I don't know, people are too much. It's too much.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I just
no,
don't
but
do.
I'm sad that you end up canceling all the pre-orders.
Oh yeah, I'm fine. No. I assessed. I was like, do I need these figures? I mean, I don't need anything that I have here. That is the truth. But
it's something that makes you happy.
Oh no. No, you make me happy. Like the other stuff is like, it's okay. It's okay.
And
like I don't miss. No.
Is there another place where you can get them? Because I don't think that the solution is just
no. But it's too much of a hassle. So no, I'm gonna say no. So no. This was fine. Now I have to see if I can get my money back. So that's gonna be another that I'm willing to fight for.
So you canceled the pre-orders, but
well, none of them are shipped. So
you
nothing.
don't know if you're getting a refund.
well, I should get a refund. What sleazy companies, and I'm hoping this is not a sleazy company, would do is tell me you're going to get store credit, which is pointless. So I'm going to fight for, even if it takes like 2 months, because these companies are like that. It's like, okay, but it's going to take 60 days. It's like, okay, I'm fine.
But if they contact you and they tell you that that was an error and it wasn't 685 but 68.
But 790.
No, but 68.
Oh yeah, then I would be like, great. I helped you in pointing out that you made a mistake.
Okay.
No. But yeah, but I was surprised at how immediately, how like with strangers, like I would never, I don't know, not never, but I could never be immediately triggered by anything that a stranger says to me that has nothing of personal, like nothing. There's nothing that was said there that was personal. Nothing. I made exactly the same complaint as I'm making right now.
No, but that's
which
why
is
I'm
the price,
telling you.
which is that a price is ludicrous.
Maybe they are just like overprotecting their hero, which is dumb because they don't have to do it. Because if they read carefully, you're not attacking him. You're just pointing something out.
Like a policy in a company. Honestly, I think we mentioned this the other day, but
what?
No, because I opened the window at Estamos
okay,
Enfermos.
okay.
Do you want to close it? Because maybe the door is gonna bang. Like
Yeah, but I want to listen to the conversation. So
no. So okay, you can go on. I'll save it until you.
Okay. So for 1 sec.
I made the eyes better. They're in a better position, so I think it's I think I'm less stressed about where this is going now. I don't think this one's quite working. Like I want to get that curvy, that super nice and curvy. I don't know why I have Holbein in my mind, but I wish I could get that level of like sharp drawing, like Fetchin, Holbein, super sharp drawing. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Lindita.
No.
Daniel Ira.
My Kokiro.
Yeah. No, so I was going to say, I think I mentioned this at one point, but why anyone would defend a company is beyond my understanding.
Yeah.
Like a company, like a big company.
If it's
Beyond my
not
understanding.
your company, I don't know why.
Yeah,
would do that.
and if you like their products, great. That doesn't mean that they're flawless. That doesn't mean that their policies are good. That doesn't mean that they treat their employees well. That doesn't mean that the stuff that they do is overpriced. Yet, like, they could put out a product, anything. It could be a toy, it could be a sneaker, it could be a painting. It doesn't matter. And if it's overpriced, you're in your right as a consumer to say, hey, I think that's expensive.
Yeah.
I really do. I think,
And
you
again,
could
if
say,
it's an increase of like
based on like my other purchases and based on me being a consumer of things that are, adjacent to this and me consuming this for years and knowing what the prices are, based on all those things, I think these are expensive. I think and my concern was with shipping costs, not even with the product, with the actual product.
Because you've already paid the product.
Yeah.
So.
Which is, I'll tell you this. I think statues and these hot toys, they are incredible. People complain about the price. When I look at them, everything is handmade. Everything is hand painted, hand sewn, put together by hand. It is like hand sculpted. It is insane the amount of like talent that these people have. Insane. And the fact that they can be consistent, like the toy that you get is virtually the same as like,
everyone's getting,
500, 1,000, 2,000 other people on this planet are getting. It's like, that is craziness because this is not like a mass produced thing. It can't be. It has to be painted by hand. It has to be checked by hand. It has to be put together by hand. So quality control on this is like crazy. So if you're buying a figure that's $200, you're like, okay, this is like, I always feel like I'm buying just a little piece of art and it feels like a piece of art.
Yeah.
So I don't tend to complain about cost. Like I feel the same way when I buy like a painting than when I buy like a figure.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
it
somebody made this.
Yeah, but it
and
does not
I
make
love this. Like, this is amazing.
it does not make sense that they increase 1,000% more the price.
Yeah, I told him that I
Which is like-
usually pay 10% of that.
Exactly.
10%. I was like, how could I, from the figures that I've gotten from you guys, how could I've always paid 10% of this shipping cost and it suddenly ballooned up to 68
Wow,
to
yeah.
685? Because the guy said pandemic, he said we were in a recession, inflation, and I was like, dude, 65 to 685, your country is on fire. If that's the price hike you're getting, your country, you might as well just, jump ship, because this is not normal in any country in the world if you get that from 1 month to the next. So I don't know. Maybe, I hope I'm not sounding like I'm complaining too much, because honestly, it's fine. Everything is fine.
No, but let's hope that maybe it was a mistake.
No. I'm
Like
hoping I can get my money back.
From 65 to 68.
No, now I'm hoping
that would make sense.
No. Now I'm going to fight. Now I'm going to be super customer, which is like, I'm getting my money back. Like, I am so getting my money back.
Yeah, but I think that what you were talking about, like the excitement of getting new things.
That's fine.
No.
That's totally fine. No. I know that that's cool, but that's totally fine. I can live without that. That's nothing. That doesn't mean anything. But I was more concerned as a human being with just the level of hatred. I was like, oh, this is what the darker part of the internet feels like. Like, this is what fighting over the internet feels like. I was like, no. And I was like, yeah, I can argue with this dude, or I can just like let this dude fight alone. Like, dude, you're not gonna get anything from me. Like, if you wanna curse, if you wanna, like, that's on you. That's 100. I just want you to know that it's 100% on you. But I'm not playing this game. Like, I'm not doing this. So, yeah.
Liad was saying, if you paid via credit card and they refuse to return your money, you can do a charge back through the credit card.
I think it was PayPal. So, yes, I could do that too.
Serene CK was saying, maybe they're going bankrupt?
No.
That's terrible. So weird.
No. I usually think that because you don't know exactly what the fees are, they get their cut off their fees. They're not. But trust me, like, I've paid for figures and statues on eBay. I've paid for them. Like, they'll ship me stuff from Japan, from China.
And not a company again. Someone shipping.
A person.
Which makes like
a
world of a difference.
I'm going to get one today that is a large figure.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be honest. And I paid, and with the price of the figure, this is a large figure that was way, not even this amount of money. The shipping was free, and it's coming from Japan, and it got to the US in like 3 days. I was shocked. I was like, what the hell? Mm-hmm. This is too quickly. Like, this is too quick. And it got in 3 days. And so I already know these prices. I already know what is normal and what isn't. And yeah, no. I think they're getting a cut from shipping. Because if they tell you, hey, it's going to be 120 in shipping, you're like, what? I guess, but sure. And maybe it's 60. So they're pocketing 60. They don't win. They're not getting any money from the figure, but they're getting money from the shipping. So super not cool. Super not cool.
Wow.
This is not us, by the way. Us, we save 55 to the US, and it cost us about 75.
Yeah.
And 85 to Europe. And we sent the other day to Australia. Yeah. It was about 100.
Yeah.
So we always tend to lose money on shipping.
Yeah. Wow, I had no idea about that.
Yeah, this morning I was like, oof.
Wow.
I did one of my woof. I was like, woof, dude. We got on the wrong foot. We got off on the wrong foot. Like, this is not this is not. And I told him, dude, I think I wrote to him like, dude, I really think you're imagining that I'm a person that's completely different from the person that I am.
Yeah.
So let's just like read and listen to the things that we're writing, and that's it. No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Elaine Shukri said, gotta love the fact that he had to say the last say.
I
That
love
was a
that. I was
terrible
like, oh, I was laughing. I was loving that. Because there are people like that in the world that they're like, like this is over when I say it's over, mother effer.
And Elaine was saying, that was a terrible experience, Nicolas. Absolutely ridiculous. Unfortunately, everything is expensive now, and shipping is almost always more than the price of the item you're buying.
No,
Oh, but not that. Because again, if you are paying 1,000% more than you were 1 month ago, that does not make sense.
yeah, that's the thing, Elaine. Like,
You
you
were
know,
paying
I know
$50,
that in Australia,
it's $685
Yeah.
now. The shipping, just the shipping.
The thing is, Australians have been like, it is tough to be Australian. Like, they always get prices that are like way higher than anyone else in the world. Like, if something is $100 in Australia, is like $250. And if you try to ship it there or to do anything over there, they have tons of restrictions, and their shipping costs are like super, super high. So maybe Elaine is like, yeah, it's just normal. Yeah, but with Danny, the problem here is what Danny's like saying, that I have never paid more than 65 for shipping. Like
with
60,
that
70.
company,
Let's say 70.
with the same
Yeah,
figures.
with this company.
Same figures.
Everything's
Yeah.
the same. And to get a jump from 70 to 685 for the same service, it's like a DHL service. That is not normal.
No, that does not make sense. That
Yeah.
does not make sense at all.
That is so not normal. So, woof.
Elaine Shukri was saying, speaking of shipping too, I get my painting tomorrow from
Yes.
the guys. I can't wait.
Awesome.
Woohoo.
Awesome.
And
Super
Elaine
happy.
said, not 1,000%. I have had to pay twice the amount of paintbrushes shipped
I know.
from Treckle, USA. But again, as you were saying, it's different to say, oh, I have to pay twice, but I have to pay 10 times more? No.
Than last month? No.
Than last, yeah.
No. And
That does not make
and
sense
Elaine,
at all.
we totally get paying more for stuff.
Oh,
Like,
we do here.
Stuff here, to get stuff here, I think it's about most stuff that comes in that has to pay taxes. I think we pay over 100%.
Yeah.
Technology, it's like, it's even more than that. It can be 150% after a certain price.
And again, not 1,000% more.
Yeah, no,
just-
no.
Ridiculous. Mary was saying that company will have a harsh wake-up call when everyone cancels their orders because of the shipping costs.
That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
sadly, with a company that is, that needs to sell stuff, the only language that they understand is like, okay, I'm canceling my order.
Yeah.
Like, that is the only thing they understand. When people say, oh, those are your shipping prices? Thank you.
Goodbye.
And that's it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I don't need it that much. Whatever I was buying, yeah, I don't really need it. Which is like the correct response for almost everything we buy. Ever. It's like, I don't think I really need it. I thought I needed it, and it makes me happy, but not really, so thank you.
Víctor Torres dice, llegué tarde. ¿Qué figura estaba comprando, Nico?
Estaba comprando, bueno, por ser ñoño, le decía, ahí como no es licensed, le ponen Dark Star, pero es como de la hermandad de esos que pelean con Thanos.
Ujú.
Es el que es todo grandotote, que tiene como un martillo, no sé, es como chévere. Es que a mí me gustan como los bichos que son como así grandotes monstruos.
Ujú.
Entonces iba a ser grande, pero yo por
Ay,
ejemplo
no,
tengo
pero me da
a un
tristeza
Hulk,
que no.
por ejemplo mi Thanos es grande. O sea, son como proporcionalmente más grandes que las figuras.
Pero de nuevo, no es
El
una,
Hulk es grande.
no es una escultura.
Hulk no pagué shipping. Estaba incluido en el precio que era fair. O sea, era un precio que yo dije, bueno, por este precio puedo pagar esta figura. Y decía included shipping. Porque hay veces en eBay, por ejemplo, uno ve una figura y es como, ay, vale 200. Y uno se mete a ver más 250 de shipping. Y entonces yo soy como, no, chao. O sea,
Sí.
es como, ese precio está bien. O sea, yo sé que las figuras son costosas, pero yo normalmente, cuando son viejas, compro usadas, que pues hace que uno las pueda conseguir como a un precio menor. Y me acostumbré ya a lo que cuestan ciertas cosas, pero pues no, esta vez sí. Es que, no, qué pena, pero a nadie le gusta sentir que lo están robando. O sea, es literalmente como esa sensación de que, bueno, me van a robar, o sea, qué pitos.
Ay, no, pero me da mucha tristeza porque...
No,
No, pero pues sí me da, pero pues, o sea,
no, yo
estoy
disfruto
siendo
de esto, pero
honesta.
ese es como mi hobby, cosas chéveres, extras. O
Por
sea,
eso, pero es como...
yo como que trabajo extra para tener esas cosas, pero no quiere decir que...
Pero no, gracias a eso se debería como acabar
No,
todo.
sí, obvio. Pues acabar todo no, pero esa compañía, pues sí, ya no vuelvo a pedir de esa compañía.
Mm, ay, no, lo siento mucho, Coco.
No, que sé, eso tampoco.
No, lo siento mucho porque a mí me molesta, o sea, no me molestaría, yo creo que me daría risa, pero a la vez sería como, esto no es chévere, como si uno solamente está diciendo a alguien y alguien responde gritando. O sea, es que a mí me molesta mucho cuando uno está hablando con alguien y le responde en pelea. Y
Sí,
eso pues es lo que te pasó a ti, que es como unsolicited esa dimensión de respuesta.
sí,
Cuando uno es como, oiga, tranquilo. O sea, literalmente estoy hablando y es como, no está hablando.
sí.
Sí estoy hablando. O sea, no es chévere. No
So,
es...
and another thing, there is, and I think this has to do with us too, like, you know, our Painted Lives also provides a service. Like,
Ujú.
we're about to do a book is a service.
Yeah.
And even if you do that sort of stuff, like you have to be willing to understand that there's criticism that you have to take. Like you have to. You have to. You can't just be like, oh, you privileged, like shut up and like the book. Like I'm gonna ship it to you.
Yeah.
Don't complain.
Wow.
Shut up and like it.
Yeah, I
Like
would
there's
never
no right.
imagine us answering to something like that.
No, like
Ever,
there's
ever.
no right for anything that you're saying. Like, come on. Like, shut up. We don't owe you anything. No, of course we owe you
Yeah.
stuff. Like that, I do think that people have become so guarded that they think that they're in a place where you can't even criticize. You can't say anything.
And again, you were not even criticizing the person. You were criticizing the service
Right.
you're receiving. It's
And
like, hey, the price is not fair.
And
not
I'm sorry,
fair.
but if you have an affiliation with that company, of course I can talk to you. Of course, you know, yes, you don't represent the company, but of course you are a vehicle between your audience and the company. You are. I'm sorry, but as soon as you wanted to be like an ambassador, or as soon as you wanted money from them,
Well, you're
or as
affiliating
soon as you-
yourself to the
Exactly.
company.
As
So,
soon as you linked yourself, your public persona, to these companies, I am sorry, but yes, you're not responsible for anything that those companies do. Of course not. You're not in the board. You
but
don't
you're
own
like
them.
a bridge.
You're not
between,
getting money. Maybe you're getting paid. Maybe.
Of course.
And if you're getting figures, you are getting paid. You're just getting paid through figures. So don't get mistaken by any of that. You are getting paid. That is paid. But I was thinking, why would you ever not be able to just say, you know what? If somebody talked to me, if somebody sent me that, I'd be like, hey guys, I just noticed that a couple of you mentioned that the shipping price is
Yeah.
super, super high.
I'm going to
It's
try to talk to
abnormally high. Let me talk to them and let me see what's going on.
Exactly.
And let me get back to you guys tomorrow. And if the product is too big, if shipping prices have gone up crazy, or if they're having trouble shipping stuff out of like their, wherever they are, I'll let you guys know what's going on tomorrow.
Exactly.
And that's it. And you get like, maybe he gets like an official response from the company,
Yes.
and he shares an official response with his audience.
Yes.
And I think that's totally fine. And by the way, we're not talking like, this is not Nike. we're not talking like, oh my God, PR and lawyers have to, draft this response because the stocks of the company can like plummet if they answer what they're not supposed to. No, this is a toy shipping company. Come on. You're pretty much a big warehouse with a computer, and you're just getting stuff in and then shipping it all over the world. Not a cool job, because shipping stuff all over the world is not fun, but that's the job you wanted. Nobody forced you. That's what you wanted. So how weird, like, why is it weird to expect that level of like service or response from like a human being? Just saying like, hey guys, thank you. I didn't notice this. Thank you for the heads up. Thank you for bringing this up. Let me check and see what they tell me.
But that's exactly why I think it's important for the person in charge of the channel to know that.
But I don't know the guy. Like,
no,
maybe
but you could try to contact him, maybe via Instagram or whatever. Like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, because again, if it was me, I would want to know if the brand I'm promoting is not being what I think it is, and also if someone that's answering in my behalf is not being what I want to project to people.
But that's the thing. Like, I trust people. I always say, you know what? You got to believe people. And maybe when you believe people, you're gullible and people take advantage of you and you look like a dumbass and you're an idiot. Yes, but I usually give I'd say, okay, it's in my place to like doubt everything and give you the chance to like say, no, I'm a good person, or what I'm about to tell you is true. I always think that that's my position. That's
I'm not saying
that's my mother always.
I'm not saying nothing related to not believing in people. I'm just
no. What I'm saying, no, Danny. But what I'm saying is like, honestly, I don't know the guy. I don't even know the dude. Maybe I write to him and they don't care, what I wrote. Maybe I write to him and never reads the message. Maybe I write to him and he says like, that's what moderators are for, to like keep idiots away.
But I think if you give him the benefit of the doubt, you should also give him the opportunity to answer. Because I think, that's what I would want to receive.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do it. I don't think it's worth it. Because I just think that, like, it's not a cool experience in those groups when they're dealt like that. So I'm like out. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of other groups where people share their toys and it's fine. It's like people sharing their toys. And yes, people are going to complain and people are going to say, hey, this one's ugly, or hey, this is like pricey, or I don't know, whatever people, complain about, but it's just dumb fun. I've never gotten offended by anyone posting anything on like a toy group. So that's fine. I can look elsewhere for like a small community, and the company, it's fine. Like, I mean, why would I ever feel bad about not giving my money to come to a company? It's like, no, I'm fine. Like, oh, you won't get the figures. I'm like, fine. Yeah, but you're not getting my money. That's, I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. Dumb little thing. Yeah. Hope it doesn't sound like, I mean, it for sure sounds like it's a lot of like first world complaining.
No, but I don't think you have to say like sorry about it, because I think we share a lot of things. And that is something you wanted to share. And that is something that happened. So I don't feel it's like something you should feel bad about sharing it. So.
Yeah. In the meantime, we've been drawing. So
I think okay. So Ibrahim Salah said, I sent it on Instagram. You can check your messages.
Okay, so let's check this out.
See it.
Oh, so that's an old school Danny. Okay, and it's digital. Yeah. So okay.
Read the things.
Yes, please.
He was saying he wanted a feedback.
Yeah, I remember him saying like, treat it as a traditional work of art.
Yeah, it says it's digital painting. Critic it.
Yeah.
As if it was traditional. color, light, value, shape.
Okay. That's a
Where
lot.
you see weakness, how far am I from being a master artist?
Okay, we're both. Let's start there. So you and I, Ibrahim, you and I are light years away from like Rembrandt.
Yeah, I think that master artist thing.
Yeah. So this is you and this is me. We're in the same place.
Out of the
You know, if you want to be a master artist, oh, don't worry. We are here. You know, this is like light years away. They have to like, we have to die and they have to get us in one of those pods and that like freezes us. And it takes us light years to get, you know, at the speed of light, it'll take us years and years and years to get to Rembrandt.
No, and they open the pot and you're
We still suck.
Yeah.
We still
I
suck.
would still not be there.
Yeah, you know why? Because we haven't drawn in hundreds of years because we've been in a pod. So, you know, your hand memory, it's gone. So, yeah, so no. So let's start by not comparing ourselves to my masters, which is kind of pointless. No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I already have it in my mind.
Okay.
But if we only look at it as fundamentals, if we only look at your image based on like fundamentals, like, you know, core of drawing and painting, I think there's a little bit of structure missing. By structure, I mean like the way you construct the form that you're trying to describe. So structure is super important because our understanding of form is something that has to do with space. So we understand form, like three-dimensionality of form, in conjunction with an idea of space. So when we think something is three-dimensional, when we think something has a volume, what we are saying is that this form is turning in space. It's like occupying a place in space. And we can judge how it's occupying that place in space by how that form turns. So turning means literally like understanding, let's say, the planar makeup of that form and saying, okay, I can travel this form through this plane and then break through this plane and then turn and do that. And eventually there's going to be another plane that turns that way and it's going to make me go around. And I think this is a little bit of what's missing just in terms of construction. So how do we learn construction, right? That's like a really, really tough thing because sometimes when we refer to construction, it means that we understand the underlying elements, the underlying kind of skeleton that's holding up everything that we see on the surface. So for example, when we're drawing a portrait or a figure, the understanding of structure usually has to do with how is this head made up? Like how many planes, big planes, small planes are in this head? And then when I get to these smaller planes that configure what we call, let's say, a nose, if we break them into even smaller planes, like how do I understand those? Like what is the makeup of a nose? So there are two roads. You could either study a ton of anatomy and study the structural composition of things, so from bones to muscle, and then abstractly understand how planes kind of turn in your body. And I say abstractly because we're not really made of facets. Like we're round, you know, we're kind of soft and round. At least I am, especially in the midsection. But so we don't see planes, but we have to force ourselves to understand, you know, in an abstract fashion, how we can group a lot of those like smaller, rounder shifts in form into planes so that we can paint them, so that we can say, okay, that little plane is this light yellow color. And when I see a break in that plane, there's also usually a change in value, or there's a change in hue, or there's a change in value and hue, or there's a change in saturation. So then I mix something else and then I paint my other little section in yellow, red, and a little bit of white. So all those, you know, your brushstrokes usually signify, when you're trying to model something, usually signify like breaks in planes, like forms form turning in space, little bits of planes turning in space. So you can either get to know the makeup of those things and study it and like try to decipher form through the superficiality of form that we usually observe. It try to decipher what's underneath, or you have to become incredibly observant. So if you don't want to do the anatomy and the studies and all that stuff, you have to be insanely observant. You have to make up for your lack of knowledge, which is fine, with observation, with acute observation. So every single shift and little change and little plane, you have to account for. Everything you have to account for. And every time you do a little line, a little mark, you have to be conscious of where that mark is in relationship to everything else, every other mark that you've put down. So neither of them are easy answers or an easy choice, but the choice is yours. So I would definitely think that what is missing is a little bit of structure. I think color is fine, totally fine. I think your drawing is fine, but I think it feels soft because there's not like there's not a good sense of how that head is turning in space, so that you can push that while you're doing your color decisions. I hope that that's good.
Mm-hmm. Ray was saying, how important is it to understand drawing for painting? Do I have to know how to draw to paint?
Do I have to know how to draw to paint? So I think that the tough part there is, for us to speak about the same thing, we would have to define what you're trying to say when you say drawing. Because I think that the difference would lie in the way I understand drawing and maybe in the way you're understanding drawing. So if you're saying, do I have to draw like this to be able to paint? The short answer is no, of course not. No. I mean, there's tons of painters throughout history that don't know how to draw, never learned how to draw classically or academically. They weren't trained that way, and they were still able to make fantastic or be able to have like achievements in painting that were fantastic, that pushed painting forward. Forward doesn't mean better or worse. It just means forward, like pushing the idea of painting, the redefinition of painting constantly forward, that it doesn't stay still. The worst thing that you could hope for art is to remain stagnant. Any art, anything. Like if 1,000 years ago, we had, I don't know, gladiators fighting lions, gladiators and slaves fighting lions in a Colosseum, and we have noticed that wasn't cool. To have people getting eaten by lions just for our entertainment is not particularly cool. And we thought, okay, we should probably, as a society, advance, and maybe let's just have people kick a ball onto these like frames with nets and make it the best sport ever. And maybe that's a little bit cooler. And that's how football was invented. But if we are a different society, then for sure, we don't have to paint the same or sculpt the same, or we can have different questions about humanity and our role in here. Like, if we have shifted so much over time, I never understood why we think that painting has to be one, like that painting has to remain exactly the same, untouched. Like, don't bother it. It's perfect. Don't. And I'm not saying as a technique. So sculpture, yeah, we can still like hammer away, marble, or we can whittle wood, or we can, model clay and fire clay. Like, those things are ancestral. Those things are never going to change. And you can still grab a tool and mix some pigment and put it in a substrate, whatever it is, and through gesture and color say stuff. And that's never going to change. But the fact that we think that technique should remain the same or education should remain the same, it's kind of weird, I feel. It really is a little strange. And for us to be so threatened by things changing or moving forward, I've always found that a little worrying. So short answer, no, you don't have to draw like me. I have a fair drawing ability, I would say. I don't have anything like extraordinary. There are enough people in this world that are extraordinary draftspeople for me to realize that I'm not an extraordinary draftsperson. So I'm thinking of Eliza or Claire Wendling or Kim Jung-gi. There are James Jean, Esau Andrews, Tomer Hanukkah. There's people that drawing is like, their life, like their body just yearns to draw. They just exude drawing with every breath. Like that's what they're here for, to say through drawing. Am I one of those people? Oh, for sure not. Like, no, of course not. Like whenever I see their work, I notice how far I am from being, from having the ability to communicate with such power through drawing. Can you make drawing that is not as great as theirs and still have it be useful, so that you can express with it, so that you can say through it, so that you can, or use it as the base for a painting? Of course, 100,000 million times, yes, of course. Your drawing doesn't have to be accurate or perfect or, again, classical or academic or naturalist. None of those. We have spoken about this, until our breath runs out with Danny, that a lot of the people that we like, you wouldn't think of them like, or no, better, if you saw them under a classical lens, you would never think of them as strong draftspeople. You would only see flaws. You would only see misproportion or clumsiness or awkwardness. But when you look at their drawing, outside of that conditioning factor, you realize that the world is full of so many talented people that draw so differently, so differently. So I would say that maybe, because I don't know exactly, I'm trying to suppose how you feel about drawing based on your question. So there's a lot of supposition going on.
Supposition?
I think so. Supposition. A lot of supposing. Supposition. Yeah, I'm going to say supposition's a word. Yeah, I'm going to say so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it sounds like in Spanish, so
yeah.
I thought.
Well, your supposition was off. So I'm going to say that maybe you think that this drawing, or maybe you have a feeling that this drawing is essential for painting. It's not. That like a shortened definition of drawing.
Like an academic?
Yeah, like we always use that word, academic, that refers to the academy, or classical, that refers to literally, Greece, Rome, Renaissance, neoclassical French stuff. Or we refer to naturalism, because it's when in the late 19th century, they were trying to mimic nature. They were trying to be as faithful to nature as possible. So not trying to do, usually classical stuff or even academic stuff. They were trying to see the better versions. Like they thought the role of an artist is to see the beautiful part of nature, but not the real part of nature. Like you have to pick through nature to find what's beautiful about it, and only then represent that. But naturalism was like, no, those fields are like that. That sky is like that. Those leaves are like that. That wrinkled, human being is like that. So it is a little bit different. But all of these three tend to meet at a point where drawing is about like accuracy and faithfulness to nature. So yeah, if you're thinking about that, about being faithful, I would say no. Again, I would urge you to explore so many different like experiences in the art world, different work that comes from geniuses, throughout time. where this definition of drawing, this very small definition of drawing, was never essential for what they wanted to say. So, yeah. But maybe I'm mistaken about what you were trying to define as drawing.
Maybe they can let us know what they define as drawing in their question.
Yeah, and you can be super simple. Let's not make this like a class. You can say, well, I refer to drawing as like making things look the way they look. Like Danny and I totally understand what that means. It's kind of like when people say, oh my God, it's so good, it looks like a photograph.
Yeah, which is my mom's compliment.
It's the shorthand way of saying, oh my God, that's very faithful.
Yeah. Ibrahim Salah said, oh wow, thank you. Yes, I see what you mean. Thanks also, Danny. So Ibrahim, I'm sorry I stepped out in your question for a bit. And I was listening to what Nicolas was saying, and I didn't say anything about it. But I think you were talking about the structure.
Yes.
And how, like, to feel the different planes in the structure. And I wanted just to add a little thing. I don't know if you were talking about that when I was gone, but maybe you can let me know. But because Ibrahim was also asking a lot about light.
Okay.
And I think that, as you were saying, you have to be sensible to all the shifts, like all the color shifts, to talk about the structure that you're talking. But I think that when Ibrahim is asking also about light, I think a very good way to understand the structure is to understand how the light is traveling. So I don't know if you talked about that.
Yeah, no, not really. I didn't specify light.
Oh, okay.
But light usually goes hand in hand with the way we perceive volume. So.
Yes. No. But I wanted to say, because, I mean, he was asking for, like, the things he wanted to us to talk about, and he was talking about light. So I would connect what you were talking about, the structure, with light. Because if you really try to understand how the light is traveling someone's, because it's a portrait, so it's a portrait of me. So, for example, how the light is hitting me and how it's not only like in me. It's not like, oh yeah, she has light on her. No, but how that light is traveling, for example, in the planes of my forehead or in the cheeks, and how it's talking about the under eyes, and how maybe it shifts, and then it's talking about the shadow that is being projected because of the change of the plane in my face. So I think it's also very useful when you try to see the light not only as something that's in the painting, like a given, but to really understand the traveling, like the path that the light is having, because that helps a lot to understand the structure, because the light is the one that makes you realize, oh, this is turning here and this is turning back there, and this is maybe in a high point because it receives a lot of light, and this is in shadow because maybe that's where the plane turns. So yeah, I wanted to add that because I did not say anything about Ibrahim's work.
No, thank you.
No, you're welcome. Let's see, where was I? Oh, I'm super far behind with questions. Fernando Samaniego was saying, are you looking at your reference on a monitor to the side?
So on my phone.
So yeah. So where you see my photo, like my image, the square, it's covering the phone. So yeah.
And it covers the phone, so you guys don't have to see if my mother writes to me and tells me, Coquito,
I love you. Yeah.
How is your diarrhea?
No.
And I have to say, oh, thank you, Mom, for asking. No, it's all good.
Yeah. So, Grayscale was saying, hola, saludos, Dani y Nicolás. Hola, Grayscale.
Grayscale Lee.
Ricard was saying, hello, everybody. Hey, Ricard, how are you? When we were talking about the time when you use the phone for the live stream, no, for the live videos
Yes.
on
The
Instagram.
Instagram ones.
Yes.
Yeah. Instagram days.
Lives. Yeah, I forgot the name of that. Liad was saying, what if you got an iPad instead of a phone? Then you could work through the iPad.
Through the iPad?
No, like looking through the iPad, maybe. But I don't know if that's
working. So
if you don't put your phone,
yeah.
so it's painting, iPad, you. But I would not be able to do that.
So the iPad in front of me and then I paint?
Yeah, so instead of you looking directly to the painting,
I would have to
you
paint
looking
standing. Yeah. You know, the best time that I was able to do that was painting standing up. But that also meant that I couldn't get near my painting because, you know, there's a camera in front. So I always paint it with my arm outstretched and just peeking over the phone. And the other thing is, it's not like, well, I don't even know how you can use an
maybe for Instagram lives you could.
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I'm sure OBS identifies the iPad camera, but then it's bad. We get bad. We need all the internet that we can get, so we can't do live videos over Wi-Fi, Liad.
No,
we don't have. No, I'm trying to think of everything. So let's say it worked.
No, but also the resolution, because I mean I have
right. So
a super
either
new
we would have to use
iPad, but
yeah, either we would have to use. Well, it would be a downgrade because our camera is like 1,000 times better than any iPad or iPhone camera. The fact that we use a very small percentage at resolution, that's just on us. But because we could, if we wanted to, have like a better lighting setup and transmit like 4K and get like I don't know, like an Elgato card for 4K streaming.
But then we would have to upgrade our internet too.
I think we would need. I think we have good, like decent internet right now, but I think for 4K we would need a lot better. And internet here is not. It's not cheap. I'm sorry.
No, and it's not like in the US that you can get like
some places.
Some places.
Yeah, some places. There's still places in the US that internet is terrible.
And also I was gonna say that I think it's not. I mean, the screen of the iPad is bigger.
Yeah.
Yes, but it doesn't mean that it's all your sight, like all the things you see, because I think what you see is bigger than that. So it's still gonna block you.
I think I'm getting what Liad was saying. Like just don't even look at your painting.
But
look at your through. Oh
that's
no,
why I was
Liad.
saying I couldn't do that.
No, I can't do that.
Because that's why.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. I'm sorry. I was very slow there.
Yeah.
No.
I was trying to.
Oh no, that would freak me out. I don't know how to do that. Like
and
look
again,
at a screen and then see my hand.
No.
I would feel like that's not my hand.
No.
Yeah. I'm guessing that's like how a doctor that does what do you call that?
Surgery.
Yeah, those surgeries, but they have to like put those little tools inside and look at the screen. Like they're not looking at what they're doing, they're looking at the screen. So in theory, I think you can train yourself to paint that way for sure. But I'm just not used to that. So I think it would take me a long time. Like arthroscopic surgeries.
Also be super weird to go there, but then go back to seeing in real life your palette.
Yeah, I would need
and
to
then going back.
I would mix and then slowly get my hand in until I see this version of my hand.
Virtual me.
And you know what, Liad? You know what's impossible? You know why it would be impossible? Because you cannot judge depth from a screen. So if I see my hand here, I don't know how much pressure to put on that brush on the surface. It would be impossible. If I kind of see, and so much of painting, at least my painting, is just like barely touching the painting or putting some force into the brushstroke or really pressing down on the brushstroke. I have no way of gauging that through a screen. Like none whatsoever.
Oh,
None.
so Liad was saying, Nicolas, Danny, it was mostly a joke because Nicolas said he was painting by looking through the phone. So the iPad is bigger, so that's the joke.
No, dude, but okay. If it was a joke, like I like it's a cool joke. But these are the things that you seriously consider when
Yeah.
you're trying to realize, like,
How can I make
How
this
can I-
setup?
yeah, how can this setup be good for me, good for people?
Yes.
Like good for me, good for the transmission, for the live, and good for the viewers.
Yeah, and I mean, joke aside,
Always those three things are the things that matter.
joke
So
aside, when we were starting our painted lives, we even thought about the possibility of having the camera there. I don't know
Yeah.
if you remember, but then we
Yes.
were like, no, it would have to be like 40 centimeters back, and then your arm couldn't reach the painting, so nope. But we thought about that.
yes, we totally put the camera in front of the painting.
Yeah, exactly.
And me, I mean, not looking through the camera, but working kind of like off to the side and
Exactly,
just
yeah.
looking, kind of looking on
Yeah, like
over the
trying to
camera.
overstretch to paint.
It was a mess. It was
Yeah.
an absolute mess. But Leah, the only reason I took what you were saying seriously is because
it's something
that's
that
an
crossed
option.
our mind. Yeah.
That's literally an option.
So where was I?
And if you think about it, digital paint, like when you're working not with like what do you call it? Intuos?
Intuos?
Yeah, I forget. But no,
Intuos?
but both
No,
you and
mentira, no
me
sé.
had like Wacom's like tablet, like super cheap tablets.
Yeah.
And you have to, there is something very strange when you're starting that is not looking at your hand, but looking at the screen while moving your hand off or like at the corner of your eye, and you're just looking at a cursor and saying, that's my hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
It's very, very weird. Even like in those Intuos, I forgot, I don't know how to say it. In those Wacom tablets, that there's a screen, there is parallax. So you touch the glass with your pencil, with your digital pencil, but your cursor is actually, because of parallax, is kind of off to the side like a few millimeters. I tried that once and I was like, it would take me months to get used to this, because I am not cool with this. Like, I couldn't deal with me thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna put the pencil here, but the line that I'm drawing is right here. That drove me insane, the
No,
times
and
that I
that-
would work on those things.
I remember when I was in the university that happened to me too. And what happened to me, I don't know if that happened to you, but at the beginning, I would be like doing a line and I would get out of the tablet thing you
100
have.
times.
And I was like, oh, but then you can't go back to that exact
you're
trace.
always
were-
like-
yeah, you're like, oh, no, I'm off. No, I'm off.
Yeah, you're always like looking and doing this, like
Yeah.
looking for your spot.
And I have to say that that is something that's really cool. I mean, I haven't been using Procreate for like I haven't been trying to do something there. I just do like the graphics for our painted lives. But I think that helps a lot because I mean, again, it's the motion of your hand.
Yeah, it's
It's
very
not like trying
one-to-one.
to connect the motion of your hand to the motion in the screen, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's very, very one-to-one. I mean, that was the success of Procreate.
Yeah, and also the sensibility of
Yeah,
the pen, of the pencil.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That plus the Apple Pencil
Yeah.
was like, I would say, revolutionary for illustrators.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And like workflows for sure.
Javier Ugarte
Yeah.
dice, hola a todos, estuve mirando pinturas de Débora Arango,
Sí.
potente ella. Claro.
Pues es la artista más grande de Colombia,
Sí,
seguramente,
sí, sí.
históricamente.
Am,
Además, grande en un momento donde pues no era común que
una
hubiera
mujer.
mujeres artistas.
Exacto. Por
Y
eso aún
grande
más potente.
Grande cuando era súper mal visto que hiciera desnudos, por ejemplo, una mujer.
Sí.
Entonces, o sea, había una connotación como de poder, de género, de sexo, como
Sí.
un resto de variables que hacían que lo que ella estaba haciendo era como
súper controversial en
sí,
esa época, como
muchísimo más
súper...
arriesgado que si lo hiciera un hombre porque implicaba que en últimas implicaba que una mujer era igual que un hombre. O sea,
Ujú.
que podía trabajar los mismos sujetos con la misma fuerza, que eh, em, eh, como que demandaba la misma educación y la misma audiencia que un hombre. Entonces, por eso es que ella es totalmente como fundamental para el arte colombiano.
Ujú. Belts was saying, hello, Danny and Nicolas in chat. Hey, Belts,
Belts.
how are you? Tommy Barclay was saying, have you seen that in iOS 16, you'll be able to use your phone as a webcam and film your desk even though it's 90 degrees to the lens? It works out how to remove the distortion.
What? So it has like a, does it have, I'm trying to parse through what you're saying. So does it have like a constant, like a real time perspective? Um, what would you call that? Like editor, I guess.
Yeah.
Is it like adjusting your perspective real time? But how much computing power goes to that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really
And
crazy.
how much of the image is sacrificed? Maybe?
Yeah. I'm more concerned about like processing. To process that, it's not easy.
Oh,
Not
and
at
to
all.
process that for a live stream?
To process that for a photo, fine. I mean, sometimes it even takes a little bit for Photoshop to like, understand those distortions. But to process it for video, like real time,
Yeah.
because you have to then adjust. Well, I'm guessing it's a filter, but it would be a weird filter to apply. I mean, but every time you apply filters for video, they make they make everything chug. Like it's not super easy. It's like saying I'm guessing it's like saying it's gonna be like a blur. Like if I want to constantly be blurred, but that takes processing power because it has to like not only see the image but like understand it and then process how to correct it. Correct in big quotation marks, especially when it comes to like blurring like skin or whatever, um, and then pushing it out. So I don't know.
So
It's amazing, but
Liet was saying, Nicolas, all it does is use the wide angle lens
yeah.
and skew the image. You still get distortion, and it only uses part of the sensor, so not great image quality.
Oh, it crops. Okay, but yeah, okay. That's a little bit because I'm thinking like, for example, when we were doing some videos, when we were doing, we were
Edited
thinking of
videos.
having like GoPro pointed at the palette.
Yeah.
GoPros are fisheyes, so you get like tons of distortion.
Mm-hmm.
So we looked at OBS and we were like, there's probably not even OBS.
No,
This
it
is when
was
you were editing.
Yeah.
So this is for what was the name of the software that you use? I always forget. I always
Final
say.
Cut Pro.
So we were looking at
Final Cut.
Final Cut if there were what do you call these extensions that you could put in that you could correct like perspective, and there are. But again, when editing a video,
And they're not foolproof,
those
which is
extensions,
also...
they take processing power. Like they are constantly processing the image and saying, okay, let's fix this, adjust this. So it's not super simple.
Yeah, because
guess,
I did it by hand.
Yeah.
The thing with the GoPro is that it records in different frames per second. So it was complicated, and also with all the cuts we had to do, it was complicated to make it all match. Because, sometimes you were like mixing in the palette, but in the recording of the actual painting, you were painting there.
Yeah.
So it was complicated to make it match. But yeah, I remember I made the distortion by hand.
Yeah.
Because it was easier.
Yeah.
Because I could like apply all that, like that to all the video, and I was done.
Yeah,
with
I was
that.
already. Do you remember the other day that we were looking for OBS filters to see if we could fix this perspective?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, maybe there's something. Maybe there's like an OBS filter that you could just, adjust the same
Well,
way you would adjust an image
I mean, I
and then
think you
say,
could do distort here, but again, I think that would be maybe too much
do you want
for
to
live streaming.
live streaming?
Were you saying, do I want to try it?
Let's try it. Yeah, that's the only way we're gonna see if it works.
Jesus, let's try. So maybe the live stream's gonna go off, and I love that. I want to answer this. I want to
Okay.
read this just before because I think it's funny because maybe they're new.
Yes, please.
They're saying, "Why are you so slow?" So we're gonna make it slower by
Oh,
doing this, but because I mean it's a real person painting, so
drawing this
drawing.
time.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah,
yeah,
you don't
drawing.
want to. You don't want
So
to see me.
It takes
You don't want to see me
time.
paint.
It
It's
takes
even
time.
slower.
And we talk a lot, so it takes more time.
Yeah, yeah.
So, let's see, filters.
I did
Whew.
these pretty quick though. I feel. I did this one super quick. Look at that, 2 seconds.
You know what was fast? The
the
brush you did.
This
on
one
top.
killer.
Yeah.
Flubbergub. I still remember the name. Yeah.
The 100%,
Yeah.
150% slow.
Yeah,
That
there
was
are
slow.
areas. I mean, there's places where I chug.
So,
Yeah.
so let's see. Maybe crop pad. Relative. Oh,
Oh, this is gonna turn
yeah.
sideways, right?
Screen was off for 1 second,
Okay.
and before I continue, I have to report some spam. So give me 1 sec.
The dude that was asking if I was slow? No,
No.
let him be. Let him be.
No. Them. We don't know.
No, that's usually dudes.
We don't know. So no. I'm just we're getting spam. Jesus, but I'm ready. So maybe it's not in crop pad. Nope. So let's say remove.
I have a feeling, Danny, that I couldn't. I mean, maybe you found something, but when I was searching for that, I didn't see anyone say that there was like a perspective tool.
Because this one's called scaling/aspect ratio.
No, but that's just like, but not perspective. Aspect ratio, I can see how that's easy to fix, and scaling, well, that's super easy. But
let's Google. I mean, Google's my best friend, so
I know. If I remember what I did, I think I found that there are no tools.
no, but I mean, I found how to rescale.
No.
That's
It's not
like super
scaling, it's
easy.
perspective. So it's distort, like free distort. So I would search for like, are there any distortion extensions or perspective extensions in OBS?
Well, it says hold shift
Uh-huh.
to enable free transform controls when editing a display image size while using your mouse to scale it by its sides. But I don't know if you can grab like every maybe you can change the ratio.
Yeah, that sounds like
distort.
yes.
Mm,
Scaling is not quite distorting.
So no. Maybe we can try it later. Or maybe we can't because it's not something you can do.
Yeah, I think so.
So, Leah said, Danny, look for 3D perspective for OBS. 3D perspective?
But Liad, isn't that like for backgrounds and stuff that they go like um
Oh, but it says OBS does not currently have this functionality built in. So that's in the OBS questions, ideas, and suggestions
okay.
tab. So no, but I think we're fine.
Yeah, and I think it's just processing. For some reason, I really do feel that would take a lot of processing power. I don't know why I'm stuck on that.
Irvin was saying, you're actually pretty fast, Nico. Haha. I think you are crazy fast. I mean, I don't know how
Hey,
people.
listen, if there's one person that feels we're slow,
No, I don't know
then
how
we're
people
slow.
will react to me working. Because my working times are so different. I am super slow. So. Juan Fesit dice, antes a mí me parece que Nicolás es súper veloz para pintar. Tal vez Bob Ross y los timelapse de redes sociales hacen que prácticamente todos los procesos parezcan lentos. Y
¿Es
una
verdad?
carita triste.
Sí, es verdad. De pronto las personas se mal acostumbraron a lo
Y
que
es como, ya, yo quiero. Y ¿sabes qué? No solo como quiero que se trabaje rápido,
Sí.
sino que creo que hay mucha gente que está acostumbrada, digamos, con un video de YouTube que es como, no quiero ver esto, me adelanto. Me adelanto porque quiero llegar a lo que me importa, como ya. O sea, yo creo que en YouTube y en redes y en todo, uno como que se le olvidaron los tiempos que de verdad toman las cosas. O sea, digamos, con nuestros videos editados, alguien puede decir como, no lo veo todo, solo deslizo porque tengo afán y quiero ver cómo quedó y ya.
No, o mucha gente,
Pongo la
ve
velocidad rápida.
en 1.5, 1.25.
Sí. Que incluso es muy curioso porque nosotros teníamos videos, los videos eran más o menos como de 20 minutos, digamos. Y eran 4 horas mínimo de sesión de pintura. Entonces era muy chistoso porque uno veía en los comentarios que había gente como, no, háganlo en tiempo real. Y otra gente como, no, esto está muy lento, háganlo más rápido.
Sí.
Entonces, sí, es chistoso. Y siempre pues nos tocaba decir como, no, pues lo bueno es que se puede poner como en modo rápido o en modo lento, pero pues es muy difícil como darle al gusto de todo el mundo. Let's see. Let's go back to saying hi. Where am I? So, Robin. Robin was saying hello, Danny.
Robincita.
And Robin was saying hello and a happy face. And Danny, your hair is a gorgeous color. Thank you. It looks a little bit brighter on the screen. So I'm a redhead now. Yes. But it looks brighter in the screen because the saturation just goes crazy sometimes. But thank you. I'm so happy, Roro, to have you here.
The only saving grace for that webcam is the way it makes Danny's hair look.
Oh, yeah, because it was also the thing responsible for me not being happy, like never being content with my brown failed red color attempt. That was a lot.
No.
But you know what I'm talking about. And I know
really.
that there's a lot of people that know what I'm talking about. Because I was like, no, it's brown. But then I turned on the camera and it was red. So I had always that in my head.
So we owe a lot of our happiness to this crummy little webcam.
Yeah. Or not happiness, but my complaints.
Happiness. In the end, happiness.
Yeah. But thank you, Robin. And again, we're so happy to have you back. Nicolás Rodriguez.
¿Qué hubo, Nicolás?
Was saying two thin bathtub baby cousins. When you were talking about the hand?
Oh, let me see.
No. Two thin. Oh, maybe. That's weird. So maybe it is.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. I think so.
No, but that's like a video, just one video.
Okay, no. It's a cartoon that it's not a cartoon. it was a series that looked exactly like that.
Mm,
And she was super cute. The baby was super, super cute. Maybe it was baby TV? Maybe.
or maybe it was the name of that, but I don't see it. Because I think I thought the name would appear in the research, like
Research? What research?
in the Google research, in the Google search. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry.
As a TV show.
It was like maybe they were shorts. Maybe they're. I mean, we started with this. We might as well move back to this. Maybe it was not like a whole show. Maybe it was just like shorts.
I don't know.
Yeah. No. I'll look for it tonight. God knows I'm gonna find that thing.
I keep getting this. The thing of now would be a good time to insert an ad, and the problem is that when
Don't
you
insert it.
no, when you're gonna press close,
Yeah.
you like it's super near to the ad symbol.
Oh, those bastards.
So it's like, oh, maybe
That's how
I'm
they
gonna.
get you. That's how they get you.
So Trini Roy Key Reyes was saying, "Good evening, people. Hey Trini, how are you?" So Liad was saying, "I'm sure it's great for certain things, but for art, I think we all want a better camera."
Yeah.
Let's see. Anselmo, oh no, already read that. Johnny Matatiao was saying hello. Hey Johnny.
Coolest last name
Yeah.
in the business.
Yeah, it's still the coolest last name. Let's see. Fernando Samaniego was saying the devil in Cow and Chicken didn't leave too much to the imagination.
Oh no.
But I think it was cool that there was
Yeah.
like a bright red butt.
Yeah, and the cow's teats were all over the place.
No, but
in
the
that show.
devil. I mean, the devil
I
was
know,
like
but
always.
I'm saying like the cow's teats were like super. Like the animators always had fun with the cow's teats.
But I
So-
think it's cool that it's like, hey, it's a cow.
Yeah,
Why would you have to censor a cow?
and you know what was
Like,
even cooler?
because they're like, oh no,
that
they're
it was like
tits.
a dude.
Like,
It was a cow, but it was like a dude.
no.
Yes, 100% yes. In Cow and Chicken, that cow is not like a. I mean, I don't know, but it's like a. I mean, that's how I felt. Maybe I'm just being here like super weird.
No. No, creo que no era, mi amor.
I don't know, but for all the people that watched Cow and Chicken, wasn't the cow like
No, yeah, it says cow is chicken 7-year-old first grade cow's sister. Yeah, because
I don't know.
she was a girl. Yeah, I remember
I
that.
always thought it was. I always like thought the funny thing was like this is like a dude. This is a bull.
No. Julián Cabrera was saying hello everyone. Hola Julián. ¿Cómo está Julián? Alejandra Ardila dice saludos.
¿Qué hubo,
Hola
Alejandra?
Alejandra, ¿cómo estás? Emilio Sorni dice,
Sorny.
vi un video donde se decía que en el siglo XIX se borraban los dibujos de carbón con migajón de pan.
Sí.
¿Saben si esto es cierto? Sí, por eso
Cierto.
el borrador.
De migas.
De
se le
migas
dice
de
borrador
pan.
De miga.
Pues incluso hay unos que uno compra todavía y dice borrador de migas de pan.
Yo no sé si los produzcan hoy en día con pan, linda.
Pero no, pero se llaman borrador de migas de pan.
Borrador de miga, sí, pero no tiene nada, o sea, hoy en día no tiene nada que ver un borrador de
No,
miga.
pero literal dije, por eso es que ahora hay unos borradores que se
Ah.
llaman.
Sí, no. Sí, antes era, incluso es chévere, coja un pan Un pan blandito
Nosotros lo intentamos acá una vez en un live stream, ¿te acuerdas?
y apelmáselo. Eso es como un verbo, ¿no? Apelmazar, sí.
Vuélvalo bolita, sí.
Apelmáselo y páseselo
Condénselo,
a
no
un
sé.
grafito o a un... Pues mejor a un carboncillo. Y pues no es perfecto, pero pues algo se hace. En épocas donde no había un borrador, pues genial. Un borrador de goma, pues
A ver.
era el pan. Qué rico es el pan.
mm, Pero mira, borrador Pelican, miga de pan.
Sí.
Y dice borrador con miga de pan y derivados de aceite vegetal que proporciona borrados más limpios y suaves.
O sea, ¿sí tiene miga de pan ese borrador?
Pues según esta página, sí.
Yo no sé por qué dudo que se hagan todavía borradores así.
Mm, Bueno, aunque en esta otra dice goma suave de caucho. No es la misma, pero dice que es un borrador miga de pan.
Ujú.
Dice hoy en día es una goma suave de caucho sintético tipo miga de pan.
Mm. Sí, es que yo no sé, Linda, ante la posibilidad de hacerlo de goma,
Pero
no
es que yo me
sé.
acuerdo, o sea, que tú que decías que no, mira, o sea, literal, yo me acuerdo, mi borrador decía
Sí,
miga de pan.
decía, pero,
No por eso, pero yo por eso hablaba del nombre. Él todavía dice miga de pan.
mm, es como cuando, es como, por ejemplo, en inglés todavía se le dice a la mina de un portaminas lead, porque antes tenían plomo,
Ujú.
pero pues ya no tienen plomo, son de grafito. Entonces, pero todo el mundo dice lead.
A ver. Hay una receta
Ujú.
de cómo hacer la goma de miga de pan.
Mm. ¿Qué tiene?
Ya te digo.
A cocinar. ¿Quién fue que preguntó?
Emilio.
¿Sorni?
Sí, pero es que es un video,
Ah,
entonces no. A ver, abrámoslo acá. Espero que no pase como pizza or salad.
pues
Esa que salió esa vez.
el audio lo tienes cerrado.
Sí. Creo. A ver.
Ahí en OBS
Dice
sale.
que se necesita pan,
Sí.
glicerina.
Sí.
Esto se llama porcelanizador para papel maché
No, que
y
ya, chao.
cola blanca.
No, no, no.
Pero que
Gracias.
es porcelani... A ver, espérate.
¿No será como el porcelanicrón?
Eh,
Me suena a porcelanicrón.
medium. Es un medio a base de agua
Sí.
para endurecer tejidos.
No, no,
No me
pero.
dijo nada.
No, no, no. Un pan, eso no existe. Nada de eso existía hace 120 años. O sea, entonces un pan hecho bolita y ya.
Pero no porque en este están haciendo la goma. O sea, literal, como
Ah,
una plástica, como una...
sí, pero pensando en la respuesta original.
O sea, mira, parece, míralo acá. Parece como para hacer, o sea, parece masa de pizza, lo que hacen al final,
Mm.
para tú poder tener la goma y limpiar. Pero bueno, a ver, volvamos a... Cavus Kes was saying hi everyone. Hey Cavus, how are you? Happy to have you here. Ah, María Clara Fuentes Tobar dice, jajaja, Dani, sí se puede, estoy haciendo unos diseños y ahora pintaré con una carita con gafas. Con ustedes iba a decir que lo de señora no, pero pues ya casada acepto el señora. Gracias, Nicolás.
De nada,
Como así un momento.
María Clara, y
Yo
creo
me
que Dani y yo nos
perdí,
estamos enterando que
me
está casada.
perdí que María Clara se casó.
Pues
María Clara,
felicitaciones.
felicitaciones. No tenía ni idea. No tenía ni idea. Gracias al algoritmo de Instagram que no
Mm.
comparte nada. Bueno, no sé ni siquiera si María Clara compartió algo, pero no sabía que ahora es doña María Clara,
Pues señora,
doña señora. Gabriel González dice saludos, hoy frente al atril experimentando con los colores y de paso inspirándome con su contenido.
Muy
Muchas
amable
gracias,
siempre,
Gabriel. ¿Qué
don
anda
Gabriel.
haciendo Gabriel ahorita? Pues, o sea, dice experimentando con colores, pero quiero
Sí.
saber qué.
Gabriel no trabaja
En-
con lápices de colores, si no estoy mal.
Sí, nos había dicho la vez pasada que estaba con lápices de
Sí.
colores. Julia Tovar
No sé quién es.
dice, hey everyone, hola Nico, hola Dani. Creo que me perdí esto porque ahorita estamos con este nuevo proceso de dibujo y underpainting.
No. O sea,
Respuesta corta, Julia, porque es... No sé cómo decir.
no
Porque
sé,
sí.
yo ni
Iba a
sé
decir-
qué vas
es que
a
iba a decir
decir.
porque
Yo estoy expectante
fluyó
también.
así. O sea, porque, a ver, ¿cómo empezó todo, Julia?
Ajá,
Y
dale.
eso habla de que Julia no vio uno
No le
de los
importa nada.
videos, pero bueno. Julia, lo que pasa es que Nicolás, cuando estaba haciendo el dibujo del que pensamos que iba a ser una sesión de una sola sentada de la pintura mía en Roma, o sea, que se llama Danny in Rome, no en Roma, sino estando acá todos, el caso, empezó a hacer el dibujo y él dijo, ay, me está gustando el dibujo. Me gustaría poder hacer como el proceso que hacía antes, que era underdrawing, underpainting y la pintura. Entonces dijimos, bueno, ¿y por qué no? O sea, la verdad no es como que haya un formato cerrado para los videos de Our Painted Lives y decidió hacerlo y creo que está en un momento donde le está gustando volver a eso y volvimos a eso. Esa es la respuesta, Julia.
Con vainazo, ¿no?
Pues sí, obviamente. Porque a mí me gusta cuando Julia tiene sus referencias de OPL más claras que nosotros. Que a veces ella es como en el video de... No en
Sí.
este caso, Julia. No en este caso.
O sea, siguió el
No
vainazo.
en este caso. Y Julia no me ha mandado la foto de su matcha. Quiero saber cómo le fue porque yo le mandé tutorial
No,
en
y además
pijama.
regañada y triple
No,
regañada porque tampoco
ya
le
no
devolvió el video.
No, ya no es regaño. Solo quiero saber cómo le ayuda a Julia con el matcha. A ver si le gustó. De pronto no es hediondo. No, a ti te sabe a jabón.
Horroroso.
No, es delicioso.
Horroroso.
Lich estaba diciendo, cuando mostraste la cabeza así,
Sí,
decía, hello Dani, cabeza de Nicolás.
siempre. Cabeza presente, presidente.
Hola Lich, ¿qué más? Tamara Torres was
Sí.
saying hello. Hey Tamara, how are you? Undines dice, o decía hace un rato,
Sí.
ay, llegué tarde, saludos Nico y Dani. Hola Undines.
Pero no sé cómo interpretar esto, porque me regañaron porque soy muy lento, pero gente que llega y ya tengo esto y dicen, no, llegué tarde.
No, pero ya llegó hace rato, o sea, hace mucho antes. Pero no, mi amor, tú a tu ritmo. Siempre a tu ritmo.
Sí, siempre.
Y de nuevo, yo siempre diré
No sé.
que si fuera mi ritmo, cada live stream serían 24 horas.
Perfecto.
Elaine Shukri was saying, on a
Yes.
happier note, I have been, so when after she was saying that gotta love the fact that he had to have the last say,
Yes.
Elaine was saying, on a happier note, I have been reading A la Prima and using Schmidt's advice in tackling some of the challenges I have been having in my paintings, which has been great.
Very good. I owe you a longer response. So, Elaine, I'm going to try to write it tonight for me. So this is like new day for you, but I'm going to try to write it tonight.
Burn Down Lime
Okay.
was saying, in your journey as an artist, did you experience much discouragement / low moments? And if so, can you speak on how you overcame those feelings of discouragement / negative energy? Pero But is it like
See,
I want to know, is
Yeah.
it like discouragement from feedback from other people,
I guess
or is it
that's
like your own? No, because I think you can get both. I mean, you can be the one.
putting yourself down.
Exactly.
Yeah, from that I don't think so. I don't think I've ever been the like I try to as an artist, I differentiate from being critical of myself or highly critical of myself and putting myself down. I think those two are very different things. I think I have learned to be highly critical of myself,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I want to paint every single day, like of my
Yeah.
life, every single day.
And I would say that you're a person where being hypercritical of yourself is like a fuel
Yes.
to make you work more and try to
It-
overcome that things you're being critic of.
Um
Because I don't think it's like you do a critic of something you do, and then you're like, I don't want to work anymore. It's like, I acknowledge that, but I'm gonna keep working.
Yeah, but you know what? I would say yes to that, but you know, I would take the better or to do, yeah, because I don't know how better or worse I am. Like in fact, when I told you the other day that if I had to like try and judge myself, I think I like technically I'm probably a worse painter than I was years ago.
But why?
Well, that I think that that's subjective.
No, but I mean, if you
I
are
think technical
judging,
stuff is quite objective. Like you can look at something and say, I'm gonna paint this pot, and if I try to paint it today, I wouldn't do as good a job as painting the pot as I would have been able to do, 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
but you're judging good as in technical,
Right,
and I
right.
don't think that makes sense.
Right.
'Cause-
So that's what I was saying. Like, I don't think I'm as good a painter as I was before.
as good as a technical.
Yeah.
Because I think it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm
being
capable of
worse.
doing. Yeah, I don't think I'm capable of doing the paintings that I did before. But I think I am a better painter.
Mhm.
Like, and by better painter, I'm not thinking solely of just putting paint down. I think of everything that involves painting, like a life of, if you're a human being that has dedicated your life to painting, you're a painter. And I think I'm better at that than I was before. And that's probably more important for me. So there has been, going back to the question, there has been moments where I've been super, super critical of myself, for sure. But I don't think I've ever put myself down. I don't think I've ever. Like, it doesn't quite make sense to me because I've always acknowledged that painting for me is what I do. Like, I can still, I've said this before, like I can still be alive without painting. I'm sure I could breathe. I'm sure I could, find a job. I'm sure I could provide for my children. I'm sure I could do all the things that I'm meant to do, professionally or the responsibilities that I have as a person, as a father. I'm sure I could do all those things, and I'm sure I could live that life, and I'm sure I could die, and it would all be fine. But I don't think I would be the better version of myself. So I think that person could still love, my son and daughter, could still love Danny, could still have a job, could still, pay rent and pay for, water and gas and electricity. And I don't know if I could afford my toys, but it doesn't matter. But I'm still like, I'm still sure I could do a bunch of stuff to have and have a dignified, honest life. But I do feel that whatever it is that I can provide for myself, for other people, whatever it is, wherever I'm supposed to learn from, is only possible because of painting. That space where I can grow as a human being is only possible because of painting. In my case, that doesn't have to be the case with every painter. There's painters that say, "Oh, dude, this is a job for me. Like, you're like way over dramatizing this. Like, this is just a job. I just do paintings. I sell them. I like it. It's my job, period." And fine. Like, that's totally fine. And you can be a far better painter than I am when doing that. That's totally true. but it's not what painting means for me. So it's kind of pointless for me to believe those things. So, so because I tend to see painting in that light, I don't ever put myself down as somebody who needs painting, because I know that it's in my benefit to always think of painting as something that can provide for me, that can actually teach me, I can learn from, I can grow from. And in that sense, I don't think I'll ever be critical of myself when trying to grow, while painting. Now, other people, for sure, I remember the moments where I was starting out, and I wanted to visit galleries, and I would, go with my few catalogs and my portfolio, or a few paintings that I had on a tube, and all I would get is rejections, and that's fine. Or I would go to galleries where other painters that I really, really, really respected were showing, and I was convinced that, like, oh, this is my home. Like, this is where they're gonna see my true potential. Like, I am for sure gonna get a job here. And they would look at my work and they would be like, no, sorry, thank you. It would be like nothing. It wouldn't move them. They wouldn't care for it. They wouldn't want to look at it twice. It would be nothing, absolutely nothing. Like the easiest decision they made. And I always thought, why can't I even excite them for a second? Why can't they imagine potential? Why can't they see maybe not what is, but what will be? No. And then I realized it's not their job. Like, they see tons of work, every day. They don't care they don't care about a person. They just, if it's not to their standards, they'll just say, no. And that's fine. So does it have to be that way? No, I think there's better ways to reject somebody. There are far nicer ways to say no, thank you. Are you always gonna get the worst version of that? Probably. But there are few and far between those people that are going to be super nice, and they're going to give you like objective criticism and criticism that you can grow from, that, that it's going to hurt. It's always going to hurt, but it's going to help you kind of push through that rejection. So yes, rejection always hit hard, always. I think that as artists, we have to prepare ourselves for rejection all the time. I think that is part of the nature of what we do. There's no doubt in my mind that, part of being an artist is just understanding rejection. So I think those are my lowest. When I, in my mind, had already thought that, yes, this is going to be my home. This gallery is going to be my home, or they are going to love my work. Like, they're going to see that I'm as good as these other people. And I had like set up myself for that. I also was setting up myself to failure. So, because I was just pure emotion, pure passion, thinking that, yes, my work is going to bowl them over. When in fact, there's so many artists out there. There's so many talented people out there that it's sometimes there has to be a balance. There has to be a sense of worth, but there's also has to be a sense of, I'm just another painter. So you have to kind of tell yourself, yes, you are a super cool version of you that's going to tell stories through paint, and they're going to be super awesome. And then you also have to remind yourself, and yet you're just another painter that's going to come through these doors and show their portfolio. Like, that is probably going to be the truth for like 99.99% of us. There's extraordinary people that show up and open the door, show their portfolio, and the first thing like that they're going to hear is like, when do you want to show?
Money.
Yeah. When do you want to show? Because this is amazing. When can we see more? What date is good for you for a show? And I think we're selling these, like, how much are you selling these for? Oh, that's too cheap. We're going to make them like 10 times more expensive. Not as expensive as shipping of my toy, but we're going to make these 10 times more expensive, and you're going to be rich, and you're going to be able to paint whatever you want for the rest of your life. Like, that happens to like that 0.001% of people, but not for us. So I think dealing with that is tough. I think dealing with that rejection is like super tough. And how to overcome it? No, you just get used to it. I feel when you realize it's not personal, like, which is very hard not to take it personally, because we always feel, how do I not take it personally? It's my job. I like spilled my guts on my painting. Like, this is me. This is me naked, me vulnerable. How are you telling me that this is not me and not take it personally? And it's like, yeah, I get it, but don't. But don't, because it doesn't, like, that's not what's at work there. Like, maybe they're not looking for somebody like you in the gallery. Maybe when you sent out, your best painting for that prize and you thought you were going to win, maybe they're looking for something else to show off as a first prize winner, and you don't fit that. So there's so many reasons why somebody will say no to you, or maybe we're just not good enough. Maybe we are just not at that place where we need to be. That's also, fairly plausible, and that's okay too, to realize, yeah, this is not my best work, or this is not my best version. Like, the painter that I am is not right now, is not the one that I am right now. The painter that I wish, or that I know I can be, is maybe 15 years from now. And you have to be okay with that. You have to. You have to. And it's crazy to say that, but you have to be okay with that. And so I think I've learned how to just understand time differently, and those comments differently, so that they don't, harm you so much. And professionally, I have to say that I've been okay. So whenever I've had a show, I've done well. I've done, I've sold almost every single thing I've ever painted. So I'm very, very grateful for that. So in that sense, that hasn't proven to be the place where I feel self-doubt. But my doubt became more a professional sort of doubt when I was painting less, but desperately trying to paint as much as I had painted before. But I was painting less because I was teaching more. And then when I was, teaching a lot, and then trying to fit painting into every little moment that I could, and yet I wasn't getting paid well as a teacher. And I had like all my relationships, my professional commercial relationships with the people that were dealing with my artwork finished. And I saw myself with like nothing. Oof, that was tough. But we were talking about that. That was the day that I took, with the help of Danny, like the biggest risks I've ever taken in my life. So when I had nothing, and I still had to be responsible for myself, for my kids, and for what we were going to construct with Danny. I don't know why, but that seemed like the place where it was okay to take the biggest risk that I had ever taken. So I don't know, maybe at our lowest, we feel like we can be the person that takes the risk that is going to it's going to enable us to make that huge jump that we needed to make. And it's only when we're there. It's weird. Life is weird. Life as an artist is weird. Life as a painter is very weird. So I don't know. I don't think there's rules to any of this, by the way. We all have such different lives that, maybe the risk that I was willing to make, somebody is like, no, I'll stick to my teaching job. I know it pays crap, but I'll stick to it because it's like safe, and I have 2 kids. And maybe when my 2 kids go to college, like, I'll be able to take that chance. And that I would never be able to criticize that choice. Like, that's your choice. But to me, it was like, I felt like I had nothing. Like, I had nothing left. So it was very hard for me to say, what am I losing? What's the huge risk? What am I really losing when I'm trying to do this? And I couldn't for the life of me come up with something that was like so important that I would say, no, I have to keep my job. So I'm gonna put apply the
Acrylic binder, yeah.
Bindix, yes, the acrylic binder. If I can find the brush that I use.
Is
yes.
it?
No, it's right here.
Solo Priest was saying some people get off on rejecting others.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's mean people out there. That's the other thing. That you go like, okay, you didn't have to talk like that. But
Or they get off in as a moderator.
there we go. Yeah, people have like power trips all over. Like it doesn't matter what they do. It could be the most menial job ever, and you could meet. I love when you meet people that do some of the, more, day-to-day jobs, and they look at you and they smile and they say hi and they're nice, and they can be having. They like anyone else can be having like a shitty day. Like it could be like the worst day. But it's like, hey, this is my job. Like, I'm going to respect my job, myself. And, this is it dignifies me to do that with my job. And, there's nothing cooler than talking to somebody who's like, I'm happy to have this job. Like, I'm happy with life. I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have peace of mind. I'm happy. This is my job. So it doesn't have to be the job that you stay with for your whole life, but maybe for some people it is, but they're okay with it and they're fine and they're cool. And you also get, I was going to say, Danny, the people that are like this is the most horrible job ever.
Yeah.
My life is horrible.
But that makes it harder.
Customers are horrible. Everything is just, I just can't deal with people. I just don't want to look at people right now. I've had enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I totally get it. We human beings can like certainly flirt with like breaking points constantly. But no, you would hope, I would hope that never, I hope that never exists, but I know that those things do exist, but I would hope that we would never like push ourselves to that point. Like we should never reach that point. We should always like know ourselves enough to know that, hey, this is not healthy for me. Like I'm going to make a change. I'm going to change jobs, or I'm going to talk to my boss, or I'm going to change my hours, or I have to do something because I'm about to break. But you never want to break.
Yeah, because I also think that you can have days.
Yeah.
You're not going to be happy and having your best day every day. But if it's starting to become like a constant,
yes,
that's when you have to make some adjusts.
Yeah, because I can tell you, like this, we didn't have great days every single day. We were doing a recording, we were doing a video, or when we do lives. Not every day is like, hey, how's everyone doing? This is wonderful. No. You know that you have to like, well, it's not like turning it on. Like people that have gone to my workshops know that this is who I am, but there's certainly days that are tougher, I would say. But that's where I was saying like, but you do your job. Like that's your job.
And again, with that, you're not saying that we fake something, because I think we never do that.
No.
But I think it's understanding where to explode or where to let things out.
Yes.
Because sometimes it's not, if you're having a rough day, but you're just letting it out in every single aspect of your life, it's maybe going to make it more complicated, because then you would start to make things awkward in your work, in your relationship, in whatever. And maybe that problem starts permeating aspects of your life that it didn't have to touch.
Yeah.
So, but I was going to say, because I forgot to tell you, when I went to the doctor
yes.
on Friday.
Yeah.
I was, when you were talking about people having very cool, like, attitude towards work and life.
Yeah.
They were using aplanadoras, like machines to fix the street.
Yeah, like a steamroller.
Yeah, but they were putting like los conos.
Cones, like
the cones,
like street
to
cones?
delimit the area they were gonna work on, and that
they throw them.
street. What?
Sometimes they throw them.
No. And the machine was like making its way in contravía.
Okay.
In the
Wrong way.
wrong way, yeah. And the cars were like super pissed because it's like a super
Busy street.
yeah. And then like they stopped. I went inside because I had to ask something, and then when I came out, I was listening to people like ti 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 ti, like if they were celebrating, and I was like, what's going on? Because it was like super convoluted when I went inside the building. And then when I went out, there was a person working in the construction they were doing, and he was like with the signal in his hand,
Yeah.
like walking and dancing and like clapping. Like he was having a blast. He was
Yeah.
like dancing to the rhythm. So people just started honking, but like in a happy way, and people
Yeah.
would like smile. I saw people in motorcycles like
High-fiving.
no, with the like puñito.
Okay, like fist bumping.
Yeah. So I thought that was amazing because I saw how it was chaos.
Yeah.
And then someone was like, no, let me do it. Because I could have like a good attitude towards it. And everything changed. I mean, people were like honking, but like it was like a celebratory honking.
Yeah.
Which was amazing. I mean, that day I remember I was like smiling, and I thought that it's super cool when something so simple
Yeah.
as trying to make the best of your day can make it to like can make a good day for someone else too.
Yes.
So yeah, just wanted to share that. Do you want me to keep reading questions?
Yeah. I mean, if people won't mind keeping us company, will I maybe do the other side of
Sure.
paper? I know it's very slow. It's literally watching paint dry. But if you guys are okay with keeping us company for a little bit, we can do the other side. And for those of you who don't know, we do the other side whenever we're priming something that's not stretched or not glued to a surface. We have to put the same amount of coats that we put on the front. We have to put the same amount of coats on the back, so that the paper doesn't have unequal tensions. So I'm going to wait till the first one dries. The first one dries kind of quick enough, and flip it and then do another one, and then we can finish or then do a second one here, which would make me love you guys a little bit more if I can get, this done, quicker.
Margo Delgado dice, estaba preguntando antes de que pusieras el Vindex. Estaba diciendo,
Yes, Margo.
Nicolás,
Yes,
si el lápiz
Margo.
con el que dibujas es acuarelable,
Yes.
al aplicar el Vindex no diluye el dibujo.
Yes, Margo.
Sí, por eso dije pregunto antes, porque pues ahí ya se puede ver.
Sí, Margo. Por eso queda como el Vindex como rosadito. Por eso el dibujo se difumina un poco, se ve mucho más suave. Todo eso me gusta, Margo. No sé por qué, pero como que he llegado a tenerle cariño a esas cositas que pasan cuando hago eso.
Carla Anglada dice, was saying good afternoon, everyone. Hey, Carla, how are you?
Hey, Carla.
Let's see.
How does it look
Irving?
over there?
Oh, good. No, I have it like that. So.
Okay. Irving Torres.
Irving Torres was
Yes.
saying, hi, everyone. On the drawing, thought I was concentrated on painting for a while and was improving so much until I reached a plateau.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went back to drawing, and that was a success. I got
Awesome.
unstuck.
Awesome. Yeah. For me, it's like changing things up. For me, it's either painting or doing this was necessary for me. I don't know how, why. I can't tell you what it is that I'm feeling that I needed to do or what it is that I'm gaining from this. But it just felt right with the painting that I did of Danny, that I started with Danny. This was 2 weeks ago. And it still feels right to just take time. I'm such a direct painter, and it's okay for me to be a direct painter because that's the painter that I like to be. That it's good and healthy for me to have these moments where I take time, particularly now that I'm doing quicker portraits for the book rewards. So, or not quicker, but just more direct portraits, let's say. And they're super different, all of them. They're very varied in terms of what people want from those portraits. And I'm trying, I'll desperately try to satisfy what people write, because people sometimes have very specific things that they want me to do. And I hope I don't I hope I don't disappoint them when they realize that I can't really do anything in painting. Like, I'm super happy when they say, hey, I'm going to be very specific as to what I want you to do. But my answer is always going to be, okay, that's awesome, all the amount of information that you gave me. And it's what I tried to do, but this is what I did, because I can only do the paintings that I can do. I can't turn on a switch and say, this is my Rembrandt mode.
Yeah.
This is my Velázquez mode. This is my Lucian Freud mode.
Yeah.
This is my Andrew Wyeth mode. This is my watercolor mode. This is my, no, this is very difficult to do. And I know I try to be versatile, but I'm not really I can't do everything well. So my ability, which is very, very, very much something that I recognize as having boundaries, it's not limitless. It's very, it's very much a confined space. And I move freely on, through that confined space, but it is a space. I hit walls all the time. So I think that what Irvin was describing is that whenever you hit a wall, it's always good to change something up, to make yourself a little uncomfortable. It feels strange, but if you make yourself uncomfortable in a different way, sometimes you either are able to jump through that obstacle or circumvent it, or go around it. So that's awesome.
Juan Fesit dice, buenas tardes, Nicolás y Daniela.
Juan Fesit.
Hola, Juan.
Buenas.
¿Qué tal? Goran Trubkov was saying, apologies.
Yes.
If this was asked so far today.
Don't worry.
But are you guys planning on having conversations episodes with other artists in the near future?
We try.
Like the one with Ruprecht or Elisa?
Yeah, we try, and we love trying to do that.
Yeah.
It's always just hard to when we ask people, they say, yes, that's awesome. And then you tell them, oh, that's great. Can you do this here? Oh, no, right now I'm working for this. But don't worry, I'll contact you when I have free time. And then when you contact them again, and because I do that sometimes, it's like, hey, just a reminder that, whenever you have some time, we could do our interview / conversation. That would be awesome. But if they don't answer back, or if they just say, hey, yeah, I'm still working, you always feel like, yeah, I'm going to back off a little bit, because it's not cool to just say,
to push it.
Yeah. And we're not like Joe Rogan, who can say, hey, who wants to be interviewed? And then you have 1,000 people lining up so that, they can be part of his interviews. So, yeah, it just takes time. We wish that it was, our channel was big enough so that people would be like, oh, yes, of course, me. But, no, we still have to make an effort to actually fit into other people's schedules.
Yes. Cody Clark was saying, hello, Nicolas and Danny. Love the work and videos.
Thank you.
I was curious about the Possibilities book.
Yes.
I have the previous books, but could not back Possibilities at the time. Any chance of getting one late? Either way, thank you both.
Well, short answer, probably not.
No.
Chances are, oh, Jesus.
You okay?
No, well, it's sticking. I shouldn't have flipped it. I think I flipped it too soon.
Maybe you can...
No. Let's work with that. It's going to be okay. Yeah, I think it's okay. It was just this little part here that stuck.
So you were saying the short answer is
Yeah,
no.
short answer is no, probably not.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to make a production bigger than the one that people backed. And we've often spoken about why that's the reason. And it's not to alienate or to say no to people that are, genuinely and very kindly trying to say, hey, I want to support you guys. I couldn't at the moment, but now I can. But sadly for us, it just doesn't make sense in terms of production. Like we can't make a larger production that's going to be shipped to the US so that we receive it there, so that my brother very, very kindly lends us his garage so that we can do all the shipping and
The packing.
packaging, and then the shipping. Like imagine us saying, hey, we can print 500 more books and we'll just store them over there. And my brother's like, okay,
But who's gonna ship them?
but first of all, it's my garage. But let's say my brother was super cool, which my brother is like super, super cool. And he says, okay, I mean, that's a lot of space, but let's fit 500 books here, extra books. And then I'm like, yes. And then what do? We live here.
In
So
Colombia, yes.
what we would have to do is every time an order would come in, I would have to call my brother and say, so Alex,
stop everything you're doing right
get
now.
some bubble wrap. Are we out of bubble wrap? Okay, we have to order some bubble wrap. And remember, you have to do this, and then put it in these boxes, and then take it, please, to the post office. And no. So put more money into our stamps.com account so that we can so that my brother could print labels over there. So no, it's honestly
Double check the
my brother is an
address.
amazing professional. Yeah. He's an amazing professional. He works like crazy, and I can't. Like, he's nice enough to host us, and it's awesome to have like family while we're going to be doing this, but it's just not feasible for us to say we are going to just dump all these books in here, and then it's your responsibility. Like, we're going to get the money, but it's your responsibility to ship and to properly print that label and to take it to the post office and ship it promptly.
Yeah, and again, I mean, he works a lot, but even if he was just laying in a sofa in his house,
that's when I would tell him, get your ass out of the sofa.
No. We would never
start shipping some books.
We would never do that because we know that it's our work.
Yeah.
So what we did is that we are going to produce according to the people who back the project.
Yes.
So we can fit it with our schedule.
Yes.
So we can produce the book, then go pack,
have it
and
printed.
ship. Exactly.
Have it printed,
have it shipped to the US.
Yes.
Then pack everything and ship it.
Yes.
Like from our hands. So we can be in charge of all the process, and that's it. Because of shipping, it wouldn't make sense to ship things from here.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be a price that people would be
not willing to
paying.
pay. No, it's too much.
And with times, again, it would be super complicated for us to
I'm
ship
sure
it
there's going to be
otherwise,
a very few books that I don't even think we should offer them, because there's bound to be problems with shipping.
Yeah, I was going to tell you that it's easier to make it afterwards. Maybe in
like
6
a year
months,
later.
A year, exactly.
Yeah.
To say like, hey, now that everything's done, we have, I don't know, 10 books, 2 books, 8 books, whatever. And it's like, we're going to be here for a week. So we're going to receive all the people that want to buy it until that day. Yeah, 2 people. And we're going to ship it this day.
Yeah.
Because also it would be complicated if we say that. And it's like 1 month after, like, hey, I want to. And it's like, oh, but we're back in Colombia.
Yeah, no.
So no way to ship
so
it.
I think my brother would be cool enough with us to say, hey, Alex, we had problem. Like, somebody didn't receive their book because they mistyped their address, and it was sent to somewhere else.
Which we hope
Yeah,
It's
and
not
maybe we got
happening.
the book back, which very seldomly happens. Like
Mm.
that the book tried to get to, I don't know, Tanzania, and then it was never, the address was never there, and then they have to ship it back, and then we get it back. Like let's say 2 months later, 3 months later, 4 months later. And the person's like, "Hey, I've been waiting for my book." And it's like, "Hey, yeah, but you wrote your address wrong. Like, I know it's our responsibility, but it's also your fault.
Mm.
But we have to make it good because somebody paid for a book. So we have to honor that. It can't just be, "Hey, you messed up, so sorry." No, no, no. No, the equation never ends there. So much so that I had to, like with the last book, I had to, you know, send books all over the place and send
Refunds.
refunds.
Mi amor,
A lot of
levántala
refunds.
para que no se vaya a pegar.
No, no, no. I think it's okay.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, I think we're good now. So we'll make good. I try to. I'm sure there's things that I miss, but I always try to make good. So yeah. So we have to fix those problems as they arise. And I'm sure that my brother would be kind enough with the few books that are left to say either I'll reship the one that came back or I'll ship another one. But we're not in a position where we have like unlimited numbers of books that we can just ship, to replace books that didn't get to their destination. So we have to do everything we can to assure that the books do get to their destination.
Yes.
So
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think that's it for today.
yeah, I think so. This is dry-ish.
Mm-hmm.
So we could probably take this off. Let me see how the other side is. I don't know if it got like stuck. Not like stuck, but this part was stuck for a moment, but I think it's okay. No, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, the paper usually. Oh, here we go. That's the little part that lifted. Paper's usually going to be like this, like all kind of garbled and like wobbly and super horrible. And tomorrow it looks a little bit better. It's not quite. It doesn't get to be perfect. It's not like spot on perfect once everything is done, but it's far more stable and far nicer and cleaner and straighter. Like we could show. Would you mind, Danny?
Nope.
Let's
Passing
show the
you.
one of you, just to
The-
show
Okay.
the
Wait.
I think it's on top of
Ya, es que es para no pegarle el trigo.
Oh, sorry.
No, on top is this.
Okay, so it's underneath. So this is the one that started a lot of the desire to want to draw and paint. And this is finally dry. This spot here was giving me so much trouble because the black pigment, especially ivory black, dries very slow, like crazy slow. And a lot of times the fact that I paint usually on raw paper, it helps because it absorbs a lot of the oil, but also it doesn't help because then it gets separated and still it's still the same pigment, so it gets it takes a while for it to dry. And I was able to sort of varnish and put the wax that I usually put on top of my paintings to like double seal it and be a conservator's nightmare. Yeah. I was able to do that only recently, like yesterday. I think I put the wax on, so it's good. The paper's still, it's not perfectly flat. So what I would recommend, it's either, if you get it, just put it under some glass and be okay with it, or put it under like a couple of books. Like if you have really big books, or if you have like a board and you just put that board on top, or maybe the package that we sent you. Don't do anything. Just leave it on the package and then just put like tons of books on top and leave it like that for like a week. And I think that will really flatten it and press it.
Maybe books that are bigger than, so
Yeah, not no, or you can have like a couple of, like if they're using the package that we sent, they can just put books like one book. Oh yeah.
Books in the
Yeah,
middle,
don't put like a postcard book in the middle.
because then you would have the
Yeah. But yeah, so paper does usually stabilize a little bit when you give it more time. So you have to be a little bit patient with that. But yeah, that's Danny's painting, which looks gorgeous, actually. I love this painting. So this is the one that prompted me to say, hey, I want to do these sort of very traditional 3-step paintings again. It's giving me like a sense of order or structure or something that maybe, I don't think it was missing, but I was missing it. I didn't think that I was missing it, but I was missing it when I did it. So yeah, so I want to see if I can do it, and then maybe I stop, and then maybe I do something else.
So maybe last question.
Yes, please.
Alejandro Sánchez, perdón,
Ujú.
se me fue la vez. Alejandro Sánchez dice, perdón, ¿qué hacías con el papel antes que estabas pintando algo blanco o untando algo?
Lo que pasa es que como hice el dibujo y quiero pintar sobre este dibujo, mis opciones son como limitadas. O sea, le puedo echar, digamos, cola de conejo. Pero la cola de conejo yo me sentiría más cómodo si hubiera montado este papel sobre una tabla, digamos, o algo así, para encolarlo después. Pero solo, es que la cola tiene una capacidad como de encogerse mientras se va secando, que le genera un resto de tensión al papel. Entonces, no sé qué tanto, yo la verdad creo que lo hice algunas veces, pero últimamente no lo he hecho, pero no sé qué tanto lo haría ahorita. Y además no tengo cola preparada en este momento, entonces pues no vendría al caso. Podría echarle PVA, pero el PVA está bien en términos de sellar el dibujo, pero no, incluso el papel no lo recibe tan bien como recibe a la resina acrílica. Entonces, el papel lo más probable es que se pandee muchísimo, muchísimo más. El secado también se demora muchísimo más. Y pintar sobre el PVA también se va a sentir un poquitico distinto. Entonces, uso un imprimante acrílico transparente, una resina acrílica, para sellar el dibujo, o sea, para sellar el papel, para también como aislar el dibujo. Entonces puedo tener acceso a mi dibujo porque el coso es transparente, el imprimante acrílico, el binder acrílico es transparente. Entonces puedo ver mi dibujo, ya se sella el papel y puedo ya estar pintando tranquilo. Entonces el que yo uso es este, que hace PVO, que se llama Bindex. Y lo compro acá. Y vale 17, sí, Brillant.
Bindex Brillant.
Auxili. ¿Esto en qué estará? En francés está primero. Entonces, yo lo consigo acá en la Panamericana. Vale 17.500. Antes costaba como 11.000 pesos, pero bueno, subió un poquito.
¿Listo? Yo creo que sí. Bueno, nos despedimos con que Cosette Pineda dice, hola niños.
No, Cosette.
Cosette creo que llegó un poquito tarde.
No,
Cosette,
¿qué cosa con Cosette?
¿Qué Cosette? Yeah, so I think this is it for today.
Yes. Yeah. So tomorrow we're gonna do our traditional underpainting.
I love that you said our traditional.
Well, you know, this is going to be the third week, so...
Okay, yeah, new traditions. I love that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's it. Tomorrow we're going to have the underpainting.
Yes.
Remember, if you haven't subscribed or ring the bell...
I have.
You could do that, yeah. So you could be notified, as Nicolas was, to know that we are live streaming.
Yes.
We would be so happy to have you back here with us, chatting and... making us company, but also letting us
know
make you
that
company.
I'm going very slow.
No, also letting us make you company. So, thank you everyone for joining us.
I was gonna, can I butt in there?
I mean, of course, it's our channel.
I was gonna maybe next week, if people are interested in this,
Mhm.
and we can see for like 10 seconds to see if this may interest people.
Mhm.
But I was hoping that maybe I was looking at the packs that I bought from ArtStation. I forget what the studio is called, like Graphit Studio or something like that. Studio Graphit, something like that. They offer packs of models where they're posing and they're well lit and it's good resolution, and you can use it to just paint or draw or like do whatever you want. I was wondering if people would be interested in me trying to not quite. I'm not going to glaze, so that's going to be a major difference between what, let's say, Baroque painters would do, 400 years ago. But so I'm not going to glaze, but I would love to, let's say, look at a Rubens and then say, okay, let's see what worked in a Rubens, and let's see if we can put some of those things that worked, and let's see if we can apply that to a way of working, within the figure.
I like that.
So I like that too. And especially, I'm always in awe of like Rubens because he was very, very effective. Like, painfully effective. He was really, really good at identifying how to make things work with almost like the least amount of, effort. So he knows exactly what to do with like shadow, what to do with like transition to shadow, those midtones that are transitioning to shadow, and what to do with the mass of light. And even though, our reference is not going to be, we're not going to try to do a Rubens, it'd be cool to say, hey, what did we learn from that, and how can we apply it to this? And I can assure you right now that my painting is not going to look like a Rubens. So that's a safe bet. So it's not even close to what, Rubens would sketch at night with the lights off. But it's going to be cool because it can be looking at something and saying, what can I learn from this and how can I apply it?
I like that.
And I think that those things are kind of cool.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, so I think it would also, we would also have to do kind of what we're doing here. We'd also have to do a drawing. We also have to kind of put a ground on it. In this one, we kind of leave our lights open. But in that one, we would have to put a ground, like a toned ground, then do our shadow mass, and that would be like a second session, like first session drawing. And then we would have to work, towards our lights and transitioning towards our lights very, very wisely without, and this is the tough part, we would leave our shadows untouched almost. So it's very, very tough, very tough.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
So
would people be interested in something like that?
Yeah, so Robin was saying in all caps, yes, please.
Okay, Robin is always nice. So.
Carla Anglada was saying, I like that idea.
Okay, cool.
Jorgen Schlotter was
Okay.
saying, sounds very good. And all of this was before you asked. So I think people are interested.
Okay, cool. So
Nikki Brooks said, absolutely.
okay, so
Alberto Eres said, perfect.
yeah, so that's cool because we can actually start looking at stuff and saying we're never going to paint like X, Y, or Z painter, but what can we, when we study what they do, how can we incorporate that to our own manner of painting and make it compatible to what we are trying to do without like feeling like you're forcing something onto your painting.
So maybe if people want a little bit of something similar to that before last week, they can check out I'm making a
nice
smooth
segue to some of our videos.
Yeah, you can check our What Can I Learn From weeks. I think we did What Can I Learn From Rembrandt
and Caravaggio
and What Can I Learn From Caravaggio. So
yeah.
I think that would be very interesting. I really liked. I was gonna say I really liked those weeks, but I like them all, so I'm biased.
Very
But
biased.
but yeah, you could check them out. And again, we'll see you tomorrow for the underpainting portion of this painting.
Yes.
So thank you everyone for joining us.
That yes was like a little too much.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like
Remember to
yes.
check Nicola's Instagram
Yes.
over there, down the palette. And this is my Instagram if you want to check it too. Check it out too. And that's it. Thank you everyone for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.